Stange, Mary Lewis, Emily Aguilar, and Ed Dempsey. Let's give Midtex Oil a big guns up welcome.
Okay, make sure you have the alma mater ready to go. You ready to go to standby?
Next up, Sage Capital Bank. Sage Capital Bank is proud to be a part of the Bulverde Spring Dance communities, as well as proud supporters of all Smithson Valley Rangers athletics. We congratulate Coach Larry Hill for his leadership and commitment to making Smithson Valley football one of the top programs in the state of Texas. With us this evening is Kelly Irwin.
Just Win Baby was coined by Al Davis in the 80s with his Oakland Raiders. And tonight, it could be the battle cry of the Rangers as Smithson Valley takes on New Braunfels here on senior night. And a win makes a serious statement by the Rangers that we won in the playoffs. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Ranger Network. Alongside former Baylor Bear and Washington Redskin Jeff Gandy, I'm Tony Brubaker. Let's see some football tonight, Jeff. This is game number 10. It's the final game of the regular season. In essence, in a lot of ways, you could say the winner makes it to the playoffs, but we know one thing. If Smithson Valley wins, they're almost assured of a playoff spot. There are some scenarios that could slow that down, but a win means you're in the playoffs. New Braunfels could win and then get some other things to happen for them. But for the Rangers, this is it.
Well, it is it. You know, and I like the way you opened the game today with just win, baby. That's really what it boils down to tonight with the Smithson Valley Rangers. Their destiny's in their own hands. I mean, think about the program here at Smithson Valley. You prepare for the playoffs. This is the game right before going into playoffs. They beat San Marcos last week. They want to win here tonight, not just to solidify a spot in the playoffs, but to have some momentum with a two-game winning streak going into the playoffs.
Both teams come into the game with a record of 5-4 overall. The Rangers are 3-3 in district play. New Braunfels 2-4. The difference is we beat East Central a couple of weeks ago. They lost to East Central when they played them. We're going to take our first time out. We'll come back with more of the pregame show, as this is the Ranger Network.
Oh, man, here's a broken play. I don't think any of these guys are north to south runners. I mean, look at this one here. Just bounced outside with no blockers ahead of him. But you know, you can always call a Hail Mary, and the guy that you want as your QB is Dr. Ferris. I mean, you give Dr. Ferris the ball, and boom, good things happen. Yep, that's Ferris Orthodontics again with that really nice new smile.
Matt, we are excited to hear for the new Sage Capital Bank jingle.
You are going to love it. We think it really embodies Sage Capital Bank. Emotes class, tradition, effort. Well, just give it a listen.
Man, that's really got spirit, but isn't that
awesome?
That's the
best song ever.
Well, yes, it is.
Yes, nailed it. Guys, we have got ourselves a jingle. Let's do it again.
Sage Capital Bank is proud to support the Smithson Valley Rangers, and you can bank on that.
And we're back to Ranger Stadium, about 10 minutes or so from tonight's kickoff. It should be a good one. The Unicorns come in averaging about 30 points a game. They throw the ball around. They also run the ball well. Sophomore running back Riker Purdy gets most of the carries. The quarterback is Peyton Driggers. He's a junior, but it seems like he's been here forever, throwing about 60% of his passes for over 1,600 yards, 17 touchdowns, but he's thrown 11 interceptions, and that's what's really slowed their offense down at times.
Yeah, it does, because when you add that all together, Tony, what it says is every 11 passes he's going to throw an interception. So, and he's averaging 20 passes a game. So somewhere tonight, I'm looking for an interception by the Smithson Valley Ranger defense.
And we've had some interceptions of late. The Ranger defense doing a much better job of that. A +4 in the turnover margin. And they've also upped their number of sacks to over 22 on the year, allowing about 18 and a half points a game. The defense is really led by a lot of different people. Thomas Zoig is a linebacker. that has as many tackles as anyone, but you talk about Witcher and Seminaro and Moore on the defensive line, and now in the middle, America Sanders, who replaced Darlington Frash several weeks ago, and then a safety crew or a secondary crew that are all experienced, and they're really a difference maker.
I think you hit the nail on the head. As a matter of fact, the Ranger defense has kind of been the one thing that's been consistent this whole season. I know there have been some breakdowns in a game or two, but nevertheless, every single game you see them improve and play more solid up front and really fly the football and make plays, like, for instance, last week. And, Tony, looking at the numbers for this game, I looked at what 26-6A competition meant for the New Braunfels Unicorns. Their defense is allowing around 28 points a game, where the Ranger defense is only allowing 18 points a game. There's the difference factor, I believe, in tonight's contest, is that the Ranger defense is going to step up and make the difference.
The secondary of New Braunfels, perhaps they tackle well, so they're good in run support. Not real sure how well they'll cover the Rangers today. If the passing game can get on track, Luke Gombert, the senior quarterback, 11 touchdowns but 7 interceptions, had a good game last week with 9 of 15, and he was helped a lot by our ball carrier, receiver, returner, Greg Eggleston, who had 11 carries for 140 yards and 3 touchdowns a week ago.
Oh, he had a heck of a ball game. And you know what? Give a little credit to the offensive line, too, up front. They've been solid, and they've been there to every single game. And I think that's given Luke Gombert a little more, shall we say, just security in the pocket, where he's been able to make better decisions throwing the football as well. So all that says, the Rangers have been growing up every single game, and now it comes down to what? The last game of district play? Just win, baby, and get into playoffs, right?
That's what the Rangers will try to do tonight. We'll take another timeout. We'll come back with our pregame interview with head coach Larry Hill. So stay with us. This is the Ranger Network.
Mom Needs a Break Cleaning is the professional service you can trust. Thorough, careful, and affordable. We take care of all your home cleaning needs so Mom can take care of the important things in life. Isn't it time you came home to a spotless house without the hours of back-breaking work? Call Mom Needs a Break Cleaning for an over-the-phone estimate and to set your personalized cleaning schedule with us today.
Guaranteeing things get done while saving you time. Speed is a necessity. GVTC understands and delivers the fastest speeds around for customers every day. I'm Greg Eggleston, and GVTC handles my speed.
Shin! That's gonna leave a mark.
Dr. Bayless and Snoring Solutions can help you get a good night's sleep without the use of CPAP machines or surgery. Visit Snore Solutions today.
And welcome back to Inside Rangers Football. Again at Smithson Valley, hosting New Braunfels this Friday to end the regular season. The Unicorns come into the game with a record of 5-4. It is a team, though, that started the season 4-0, but have since lost 4 out of their past 5. But, Coach, you look back at the way New Braunfels started the season, it just shows you what they're capable of to jump out to a 4-0 start. And, yes, they've scuffled their feet a bit since the start of 26-6A play, as we've chronicled all year long, a very difficult district. So, New Braunfels, I think the bottom line is a team that's going to make you earn a playoff spot if you're going to get it.
Well, there's no doubt, and they're still in the hunt for one as well. Mm-hmm. And you look at some of the teams they beat early on, and then recently you have a very good football team, and stubbing their toe against a Judson or a Steele or last week in a close game against Clemens, there's a lot of teams losing to those folks. Mm-hmm. And so, I think whether they're 9-0, 5-4, anything in between, we know what we're up against. They're very good, they're very well balanced, they're very well coached, and their kids play hard, and they'll be all that we can handle.
Looking at the offense for Coach Glenn Mangold's Unicorns, they're averaging about 30 points a game. The quarterback, a veteran guy, Peyton Driggers, who's accounted for about 2,000 yards of offense already this season. Our good-looking young running back, the sophomore, Riker Purdy, has 10 rushing touchdowns already this season. How does New Braunfels like to go about attacking on offense?
Well, they're very balanced. That's one thing. They're not featuring a guy, throwing it to this guy all the time, or these two guys. They're always handing it to this kid, or the quarterback does everything. They do a good job mixing their runs and their passes. Oftentimes there's 2-3 plays in one. Mm-hmm. Their execution is real solid, and their offensive line's playing well. So it's a very multifaceted attack, and they put a lot of pressure on you.
You look at the play of Braunfels' defense so far this season. They're giving up right around 26 points a game, and the defense has given them chances to win games in district play so far this year. The typical MO has been a 3-4 defense under Coach Mangold. What kind of looks are you expected to see this Friday?
Well, they are a 3-4 team and have been for 9 weeks. I mean, I guess that could change Friday, but I doubt it. They're pretty good at what they do, and they believe in it. Their front's very active. Their defensive, particularly their safeties, are very active in the run and then cover the pass well. And linebackers are big, strong kids who bring it at me if you want to. And you're not going to catch them unprepared or a gap short or being out of position because they're so well coached and at what they do.
Again, there's just so many storylines to follow in this game. It is a playoff spot on the line for both teams potentially. Senior day for you as well. And you've had great crowds all year long at Ranger Stadium with the implications riding on the game, with it being senior day. What kind of environment are you expected to see on Friday?
Well, Ranger Stadium's always a great place to play, and I wouldn't think that this Friday would be any different. You mentioned senior parent night, and as well as playing for a lot on the line. But it's November, it's cool, it's football weather, and and our student section and our fans are really good at turning out anyway. But I'd be surprised if we didn't have a rocking crowd on Friday.
And Coach, finally, what do you see being the biggest keys to Friday's game?
Well, I think similar to last week, we've got to win the turnover battle. We were 4-0, 4-0 last week. Something like that would be good again, to get them to turn the ball over and continue to take care of it ourselves, and then limit their explosive plays. Don't let them get the 70 big chunk. And on the flip side of that, can we create any of those? Do we always have to drive the ball 10, 12, 13 play drive, or can we get a big chunk? And then ultimately we always think, is there a game-changing play we can make in the kicking game somewhere? So those are our usual keys, and we'll be again this week.
All right, Coach, good luck.
All right, thank you, Brian.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, HEB, GVTC, Wick Productions, Ferris Orthodontics, Summerhill Dental, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, and Pizza Hut.
Getting the Smoky Moe's family pack for lunch really makes me feel like you guys are my brothers.
Yeah.
Really, I don't know if it's the 3 meats or the 3 sides, but Mom got all of our favorites.
Hey, there's no eating in this locker room. Smoky Moe's family pack makes us family, which makes me Super Dad. Hey, you boys go mow the lawn, do the laundry, and wash the dishes while you're at it.
It's senior night here at Ranger Stadium, so a bunch of seniors out on the field before the game, being honored with their parents and siblings and getting pictures taken and all that stuff. One of the things you look forward to as a football player is senior night, right?
Absolutely. You look forward to the cold temperatures because for 9 months you've been practicing and getting ready for tonight, and 100-degree temperature. So as a player, you love this kind of weather. It's the time of the year. It's when playoff berth is at stake. And this is what you want to play for, Tony. I mean, you can't get any better. 6-mile-an-hour wind out of the north. There's a wind chill of 42. I mean, come on. For guys to play football, this is great.
So the Rangers won the toss. They chose to defer, which means they'll kick off the opening kickoff here to New Braunfels. Again, senior night's also where we honor the sponsors who have been part of the Ranger Network all year long, like Smoky Moe's, like Fisher Gas, and like Ferris Orthodontics. So there's 3 of them, and we'll continue through the first quarter to tell you all about them. It is Joaquin Rodriguez as the tubas go up, ready to kick it off. Unicorns with 2 players deep at about their 5-yard line. Little or no wind tonight. This is a pop-up. Will be fielded early, and fielded near the 5. It looked like it was going straight up, but it was brought down. A good run back by Hunter Turner. Backup quarterback, actually, pardon me, that was Bryson Dyer. A wide receiver brought it back and brought it out past the 20 to about the 22 before he's wrestled down, and the Unicorns will start 1st and 10 from their own 22.
15 yards on return. 1st and 10 for the Unicorns at the 22-yard line.
Driggers with Purdy beside him, gives it to Purdy, a 1st down run, and he was popped pretty hard right off the start. I think he got a yard before he was popped. That was Malachi Lane, a starter tonight at the strong side linebacker spot. The sophomore had one of the best tackles he's seen all year long.
Hey, that's how you start the game off, and this is the first time that Malachi Lane has started a varsity game. Nice pop on the first play. That's the way to get it going.
He stood him up and buried him. 2 receivers either way for Druggers. Purdy goes to his right. Now motion from Dyer. And they give it to him on a jet sweep, and he is cornered in the backfield and brought down. Is that
Trey Moore?
It is Trey Moore. Oh, my goodness. The junior tackle, or defensive end, pardon me, was in the backfield with all of the Unicorns. And that is a loss of 8 yards back to the 15. It's now 3rd down and very long.
Well, right before the snap of the center, the defensive line shifted left. And so I want to think that maybe that was maybe the offensive tackle missed blocked, and so Trey Moore was wide open to get in the backfield.
Rangers threaten to blitz. Here comes Zoig. They'll throw a quick out to Dyer, and he drops it. So it's an incomplete pass. It'll be 4th down, and they'll have to punt. The first defensive effort of the night by the Rangers is a good one. Is a 3 and out is what you hope for, and that's what they got.
Well, Coach Washington couldn't have drawn it up any better. 3 and out for your defense. Now they're going to have to punt out of almost out of their end zone. The Rangers will get great field position starting the game.
So the Unicorns in punt formation. The clock stopped at 10:42. They used just over a minute of activity to go really nowhere on the offensive side. Miles Miller, the punter, gets it off cleanly. Not a great punt. It only travels about 30 yards. Will be down to around the 45 of New Braunfels, so the Rangers will start in positive territory. It is a 29-yard punt with no return, and the Rangers go on offense from the Unicorn 44.
You know, you have to think that Coach Larry Hill is probably thinking in his mind, remember last week how we got off to a fast start? This is what we want to do here tonight. And they got great field position on their 44-yard line. Let's go ahead and punch it in for 7 and make a statement in this game.
We'll send a receiver 1 left and 2 right. 2 backs in the backfield. Gombert gives it to Eggleston, going to the left on a sweep. He's got room. He's got some good positive yardage on 1st down. Good blocking by the receivers and one of the offensive linemen's out there too, as the Rangers get positive territory. Looks about a 7-yard run, maybe 6 yards to the 37-yard line, where it'll be 2nd down and 4.
Hey, that edge was set by Austin Howell, 44. He lined up in his fullback position right off the tackle, made a great block on the outside linebacker and drove him back 7 yards. That gave Eggleston the corner.
So starting in plus territory, the Rangers on 2nd and short. Give it to, well, that is Fortone, and it looked like he slipped and fell right off the start. He must have put a hand down and didn't get that knee down. So he has what's close to 1st down yardage. Or are they pushing him back? Well, I guess the head linesman on this side saw it better than the line judge on the other side. So it's 2nd down and 4 as he's down at the line of scrimmage, the 37.
Yeah, it looked like Fortone was trying to plant that outside foot and cut up field, and it just slipped out from underneath him. His knee must have hit, Tony, and right there in the backfield. So unfortunate for Fortone, because I think he had a crease. You know, he could have picked up some positive yards.
I think he'd have had a 1st down. So now 3rd and 4. Similar formation to 1st down. Gombert to Eggleston. He's going left. He's got a seam. He's across the 30. Gets a block from Tietzman. Busts up ahead to about the 20, maybe a little bit inside of it. It'll be 1st down yardage for the Rangers, and we'll see where they'll spot him. Actually, they say he stepped out of bounds at the 24. Still a 1st down, but instead of 15 plus, it's about a 14-yard run.
Same play as the first play where Eggleston made 7 yards. They came right back with it with Austin Howell as the lead blocker on the outside backer. Again, great edge by Howell. Eggleston picked up the 1st down.
Actually about an 8-yard run. Here is Hoskins. Gabe Hoskins, the junior running back, in for this time on 1st down. Goes about 5 to the 19 before he's piled up by some different, looks like Umana One of the outside linebackers, or one of the inside linebackers, pardon me, put him down at the 19.
Well, the Unicorn defense, they run a 34, they have 34 personnel and defense, but they don't really run a 34 scheme, so your safeties are going to make a lot of tackles.
Free safety is their leading tackler. That's Kendrick Thompson. Here's a handoff. This is Hoskins again. He gets outside the right edge and gets near first down yardage to about the 14. We'll have to see where they spot it and whether they give him a first down because it's right where the sticks are. We'll see now that,
first down.
Have they marked it? Have they waved it?
Hey, they said first down.
Okay, so it is a first down. So the second first down of the Rangers on a nice run by Hoskins on back-to-back good runs for the junior running back, who has over 330 yards and averages 8 yards a carry.
Rangers are doing a nice job setting the edge, and that's where they're getting those creases. This time, Hoskins was able to get the first down off of a good block by Fortone.
In the backfield, it's Fortone, straight up the middle, tries to muscle his way and gets to the 10. Dragged down by his feet by one of the defensive linemen, I think it was Matthew Dorr. Dorr, Rodriguez, and Coronado, the three defensive down linemen. Little John, Umana, Windrow, and Coronado, another Coronado. They're twins. Coronado, this one's Clay, on that defensive linebackers.
Well, I remember calling Little John's name a lot last year, Tony, when we did the game. He was at middle linebacker, and they moved him to outside linebacker to shore up the edge in his 34 defense.
Yeah, he had 100-plus tackles a year ago. Now, what's this year? He's got 25. Here's
yeah.
another run. This is Hoskins. Quick, outside, edge, touchdown. As he beats the corner to the end zone. That was Stephen Kelsey tried to get there, but Hoskins beat him to the corner, and the Rangers get pay dirt on their first drive.
It's a counter play to the outside, and the outside is set by the outside backer, running back or tight end. This time it was Fortone making the lead block on the outside linebacker, and it gave Hoskins that crease that we've been looking at all night long so far for the Rangers. Scoots in the end zone for 6 points.
Hoskins, that's his fourth touchdown of the year. Now Rodriguez on for the extra point. The snap is good, the hold is down, and the kick is good, and it's a 7-0 Ranger lead. 7:20 to go in the opening frame. We're back after this timeout on the Ranger Network.
Guaranteeing things get done while saving you time. Speed is a necessity. GVTC understands and delivers the fastest speeds around for customers every day. I'm Greg Eggleston, and GVTC handles my speed.
The Rangers go up 7-0 on a 6-play, 45-yard drive that took about 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Good work by the offense. Efficient. A 6-yard run, no gain. An 8-yard run, a 5-yard run, a 5-yard run, and a 10-yard run for a touchdown by Gabe Hoskins. 5'7", 145. Quick as a, I don't even know what to say.
He's quick.
He's like a road runner.
Yeah, exactly.
He is quick, and he hustled to the outside on a couple of steps that time and beat the cornerback to the corner for the first touchdown of the night. 7-0 Rangers. 7:20 to go in the first quarter.
Well, talking like a true defensive guy like myself, I think that whole series was set up by 3-and-out by the Ranger defense, giving the football in favorable position for the offense to make that touchdown.
You like short fields.
Yes.
Rodriguez. Kickoff. Dyer takes it at the 5, angles towards the center of the field, gets pinned, gets bumped, gets shoved, and then gets tackled. The ball's loose, and I think the Rangers are going to pick it up. The Rangers get a break here. The fumble on the kickoff return by Dyer gives the ball to the Rangers, and it ended up getting rolled and pushed and bumped as it goes down at about the 15. The Rangers have possession at the 5, where the offense will have prime field position.
Great kickoff coverage this time by the Rangers, and I can't tell who made the pop on Dyer, but the helmet hit right on the football, Tony, and the ball went squirting out, and now the Rangers have excellent opportunity to punch it in the end zone. First turnover of the night.
Rangers get a sideline warning as the flag came out on the near sideline, and the official made sure we knew it was a sideline warning, and now the play clock has started. It's at 20, and we're still on the sideline. He's whistling toward the players. They now got 15 seconds to get out there and run this first down play. I don't know if we're going to make it. I don't know if we're going to have to call a timeout. 7 seconds on the play clock. Gombert sets. 5 seconds now. They'll have to snap it. Gombert calls for it, gets it, gives it to Eggleston. Straight up the middle he goes. He won't get to the end zone as he's pushed back doesn't get there.
Jonathan Umana.
Almost got in.
Umana
Yes.
and also looked like Kobe Smith.
I'll tell you what, good block by Taylor Brooks, the center, blocking backside, and Matsuguma coming up on the sliding up at the second level. There was a nice hold that time. Eggleston was almost able to get in the end zone.
Gombert, little jet sweep action, not. Fortone keeps it. He wrestles up the middle, and there's a flag that's come in. He's in the end zone. There's all kinds of flags coming in. Fortone gets into the end zone as he's being wrestled with, but he carries the defender, and now flags in a lot of places. Our referee's in the middle of it with the line judge from the other side. They're all talking about it now as there's the umpire and the head linesman from this side.
I think these might be offset, though.
We'll see if our referee comes over here.
Yep. Well, we know one's against the Rangers, and then I don't know.
It's dead ball, personal foul against the Rangers. So the touchdown will count, but then a personal foul on the Rangers after the play was over. And that is Donnie Bell explaining something to his coaching staff, and now the referee comes over and talks with head coach Larry Hill.
I think Coach Hill just wants to get a clarification. He'll take the 6 points, but just clarification, because we didn't see anything extracurricular after the play, or did you? Because I didn't see anything in the backfield, so you never know. These referees want to keep these two teams, make sure they're playing by the rules, because it can get a little chippy between these two teams. There's only, 14 miles separate the schools by distance on the same highway, so things could get chippy out here tonight.
So the Rangers take a 2-touchdown lead, the extra point to come from Joaquin Rodriguez. Chandler Cole, the deep snapper. Snap is good, the hold is good, the kick is up, and it's through the uprights. So with 6:34 to go in the first quarter, the Rangers go up by the score of 14-0. We're back after this timeout on the Ranger.
Shin. That's going to leave a mark.
Dr. Bayless and Snoring Solutions can help you get a good night's sleep without the use of CPAP machines or surgery. Visit Snore Solutions today.
Rangers take an early lead here at Ranger Stadium on senior night. We haven't played half the first half, and the Rangers have blitzed the Unicorns 14-0. A 10-yard run by Gabe Hoskins opened us up, and then a 5-yard run by Jacob Fortone. Fortone, that is his 10th touchdown of the year on his 163rd carry. He's looking awful good as a senior, having a good senior year as the Rangers try to position themselves to get into the playoffs.
Well, there's going to be a lot of seniors on the Smithson Valley roster. Most of them are going to be able to get a lot of playing time here tonight, which is great. A lot of them are starters as well, and for Fortone, he's been one of those running backs that we see coming to life a couple years ago when he made his first carry as a Ranger. And we've seen him mature and get better each and every game and each and every year he's played. And he's a fantastic little, I want to say little, he's little in stature, but he sure didn't play like it. He plays like he's Earl Campbell out there running with the football. But he's 5'6", 180. But like I said, he can deliver a blow.
As Rodriguez gets ready to kick off again, our sponsors that help bring the Ranger Network to you, GVCT, Sage Capital, and Ferris Orthodontics. Again, as we continue to list off those sponsors. The end-over-end kick will be fielded by Dyer at the 24. He'll get up to about the 35 when he's wrestled down by a whole bunch of Rangers. In their first seems to be Malachi Lane, the starting linebacker of the Rangers this week. So he helps bring him down, and the Rangers see themselves back on the defensive end. The Unicorns have a little bit better field position thanks to the fact that the Rangers had to kick off from their own 25 after the personal foul. So 1st and 10 from the 35. Driggers brings his offensive set out. 3 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Again, Purdy, the running back, beside him. Rangers jump. Snap comes. Driggers wants to throw it. He's looking. Now he's going to be sacked. Back in the backfield, that's actually, that was Seminaro that got to him first. But again, the Rangers snap, and that'll be 5 yards forward for the Unicorns.
Well, okay, so you don't get the sack, but you get the 5 yards on that play right there. And again, the Rangers are up by 14 points, but this New Braunfels offense, the Unicorn offense, they can score at any time. They've got big-time playmakers on their side of the football as well. And Driggers, with him being that quarterback, he's that dual threat type of player. He can throw the football or run with the football very effectively, and he does a nice job disseminating the football to his playmakers. So they're never out of the game. That's what I'm trying to say.
Here's what a neat thing, though. On a free play, he got sacked. That's not supposed to happen on a free play.
He was looking deep the whole way.
Nothing was
open
and
deep.
Nothing was open. Driggers with 2 backs in the backfield now. Both of them flare out. It comes to Purdy on the near sideline. He's popped and brought down by Jackson Senny. It's a short gain of about a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 4.
Yep. Well, Senny came up from his free safety position. He's got that number 2 receiver coming out of the backfield, and that was going to be Purdy. He had him one-on-one and made a nice open field tackle.
So they've taken one of their 4 receivers and put him in the backfield opposite of Purdy, with Driggers the quarterback. Takes the snap. They fake it to Purdy, then throw it out to the edge, and there's a block in the back, and there's another flag on this side. It is Dyer who's free on the far sideline, and he's loose inside Ranger territory to about just past the 30-yard line. There is a flag on the near sideline. I didn't see one. I thought that was definitely a push on the black on the far side.
There's not a flag over there,
but
though.
There's not one over there. We'll have to see what this flag is. No one's moving back. Well, the referee's moving back to come back and get his. It's a personal foul, face mask against the Rangers. Must have probably happened on the line, do you think? Or
yeah, must have been.
Yeah.
Must have been. Grabbing the face mask, trying to get around the blocker. But interesting RPO. That's your traditional RPO, and Driggers did a nice job of faking it to the tailback, Purdy, taking the ball out and then hitting Dyer with that quick pass. It's almost like a handoff, but you're about 10 yards away from the quarterback. And we saw the speed of Dyer. As soon as he gets the football, he hit upfield, good for about 35, 40 yards. So, and again, I say that. They're never out of the game. They got playmakers.
So it's a 1st down of 30 yards on the pass play, 15 more on the penalty. They're at the Ranger 15-yard line. They'll give it to Purdy, and he won't go anywhere. Tonight he's had the ball 4 times, and each of the 4 times before he's even taken a step, he's been hit. So no gain on the run. Actually, I think they'll say he lost a yard. So 2nd and 11 after 2 plays. That's the 3rd play of the drive. They're in Ranger territory at the 16.
Yep. Malachi laying Seminaro on that tackle.
Driggers again with 2 backs. Now motion from one of the backs. Snap is low. Driggers gets it out to the edge. That was one of the men in motion. That is one of the fullbacks, Joshua Rice. Senny on the tackle for Rice's first time to touch the ball tonight.
Senny's got that number 2 receiver on the weak side. That would be the running back coming out in the flat. Great open field tackle again by Senny.
So at the 12, it's 3rd down and about 7 to go. Driggers. Little RPO action, gives it to Purdy. This time he's open. Not many defensive players there, but as soon as they catch up to him, they bring him down just inside the 10. It is a good tackle by Mason Livingston. Also Cody Horn in on the tackle. So it sets up 4th down and about 3 from the 8-yard line.
Tony, that play is so effective because you're faking the fullback. The middle linebacker's got to step up and take note of that. And then Driggers just takes the ball and he throws a quick pass out to the out man. And guess what happens to the wide receiver? He's taking Jalen Nutt down deep on the vertical, so there's no one on the edge to set the edge, so it's wide open.
3:21 to go in the first quarter. The Unicorns are going to call a timeout. We'll keep it here. Again, we haven't talked a whole lot about the RPO with this team, but we've seen it a couple of times now, how devastating it can be because that running back really has no one assigned to him after the play action pass of the fake to the other running back.
It's almost like trying to defend the triple option. Think of that. There's 3-and-1 play is in that RPO. 1 play out of 3 options, and the offensive lineman can go downfield up to 3 yards. So the outside linebacker and the strong safety are reading run. That's why they're coming up. And so when Driggers pulls the ball out, he can flare it out to if it's going to be Dyer or Purdy, someone out there, and no one's out on the edge because the wide receiver takes the cornerback deep.
Well, since the pass is in the backfield, they can just keep going out. Do they have to stop for 3 yards?
No.
Because the passes in the backfield is just like a handoff.
Exactly.
So, yeah, okay. Well, the Unicorns have 4th down and 3. They're going to go for it. Their kicker is Chase Mercer, who's 4 of 7 on field goals this year, as long as 41. This would be inside that, but I think they realize they need the points. I don't see Purdy in the backfield, so Driggers, the Rangers make a move. Wide receiver sweep, they'll give it up the middle, and I don't think he's going to get it. I think the interior defensive line, including Cody Horn as a linebacker, and I think America Sanders was in there too. But the whole defensive line really stood up, and Seminaro, Witcher, and Brooks said nothing here, and Trey Moore, nothing here.
Yeah, it is great defensive line surge. There was nowhere for the running back to go that time, and in fact, I think he didn't get but maybe a yard out of it. Great job again by the defense of the Rangers, stepping up, making a difference in the game. Not giving the ball back into its offense. Now the offense has their back against the goal line, but hey, no points on the board. That's what the game's about.
The run was no gain, stopped at the 8, so the Rangers start 1st and 10 from their own 8-yard line. Motion by Howell, stops on the right edge. They fake it to Eggleston. Gombert wants to run, throws it up to the edge. I think it's a good catch inside, just inside the 20-yard line. It is 18, Noah Flores, the defensive back who's moved to wide receiver. Started that last week. He had 2 receptions for 13 yards. Has a big one here, this one for 11 yards and a 1st down.
That's almost like a naked bootleg, meaning there's not a blocker in front of Luke Gobbert coming around the outside, particularly when he wants to go to his right. His arm is very accurate when he goes to the right. That was a beautiful pass and catch play right there.
And when you fake it to Eggleston, most of the defense goes that way.
Well executed, right?
That helps. Here's Eggleston going left, has to kind of feel his way around, and nothing really opened up for him that time as the defensive line and linebackers kind of flowed with him and stayed in front of him. James Windrow, the middle linebacker, was in on the tackle as they give him no gain. It's 2nd down and 10 as Eggleston has his first no gain run in a long time.
Well, it looked like the uniform defensive coaching staff probably made a couple adjustments. Whenever you see this formation, like Howell's back out there now, he's usually going to lead block. They like to go to the edge. Well, they snuffed it out last time.
2 receivers right. Gombert a delay. This is Fortone. He knifes his way through and makes a 1st down run as he gets out beyond the 30 before the secondary will tackle him. He did a great job of just kind of wiggling through the first couple of defenders and got there in a good spot. Tackle made by Kobe Smith. He's a safety that is a sophomore who hasn't been on the depth chart. At 6'3" and 194, a good-looking athlete, and he's out there starting tonight in the secondary. So it's 1st and 10 at the 32.
Reverse.
A pitch to Fortone, then a reverse to Eggleston. He gets out the left edge. He got out of no man's land, ends up getting a 1st down past the 40-yard line before the Unicorns will wrestle him down. And when he turned that corner, Jeff, there was no room to go, and he made room.
Now he made room. And again, Luke Gombert was the blocker on that outside edge, and he got in the way of the defender. Gave him, I think, Eggleston just enough to turn the corner and make something out of nothing. But to your point, I tell you, the Unicorn defense was there. They just couldn't make the play.
So another 1st down, back-to-back 1st down runs of about 11 yards. We're at the 45. Gombert sends 2 receivers either way. Now Eggleston's in motion, and Gombert wants to go long, looking for but incomplete. Cooper Douglas was the intended receiver. Coverage by that safety, Kobe Smith. So it's incomplete, and it's 2nd down and 10.
I don't think that pass really had a whole lot of opportunity to get in there. I mean, their safety was over top of the receiver. It would have had to been a really good play, but the pass was just a little bit too far. Good offensive line played on that last play. Gombert had a lot of time to set his feet and try to deliver a good pass. So credit the offensive line on that one.
Tell me if you see him tonight. I haven't seen their free safety, Kendrick Thompson, who leads them in tackles. He hasn't been on the field much at all.
Okay.
Here's Eggleston going left off tackle. He's got some room. He's outside. It's a race to the end zone. One man to beat, and he's in the end zone. Greg Eggleston, another rushing touchdown. That is his 11th of the season and 4th in the last 5 quarters.
Well, we got the referee coming back here. Hold your horses just for a second.
Seems to be a flag,
on the
far
sideline.
side. And they're going to call holding. So we'll see if it's a first down, and then we go negative on the penalty. So they're going to bring it all back. So Eggleston won't have his 11th touchdown yet.
That's too bad because that play really looked like it was well executed, but it looked like one of the outside perimeter blockers. I couldn't tell who that was. I thought maybe it was Howell, but I'm not sure who set the edge. Might have been Holding, had his hands on the outside, Tony, the shoulder pad, and of course that's in clear view of the line judge who threw the flag.
So it is a +6 on the carry, but a minus, well, officially on stats it's a +6 because it went for the distance. The penalty was 21 yards up line and back for 15.
Right, spot foul, so you come back.
Yeah, so it's 2nd down and 4 from the 49 of the Unicorns. Gombert talks to Eggleston, then gets back between his 2 running backs. Takes the snap, gives it to Eggleston. Up the middle, he tries to weave his way through. Almost first down yardage near the 45 before he's wrestled down. Looked like that was Caden Walker.
Yeah.
So a gain, we'll say it's 3, or are they giving him a first down? They spotted it on the line now, so that has to be a first down.
Referee's he's thinking about it. He's calling it down.
That's a first down.
Yeah, there we go. I saw the referee kind of warn one of the Unicorn defensive players.
Yeah,
I think they are getting a little chippy out there, and you know what? That's what makes this game a lot of fun when you're out there playing as a player. When there's some bad mouthing amongst each other, you know, you kind of start hitting and rubbing each other when you're going back to the huddle. That's all part of the game. It makes it fun.
Well, and you talk about they're from 15 miles apart. They know each other. They've probably played different things with or against some of these guys.
Yep.
So 1st and 10 from the Unicorn 45. A delayed handoff. This is for Tone. He wiggles his way. He just has a knack for finding a seam, and there's a late hit and a flag. I say late hit, but a couple of flags have come in toward the end of that run. Not real sure what we're going to get. His carry is up to the 33. That is a 12-yard carry by Fortone.
Tony, I really like that play where Gombert fakes like he's going to throw a quick screen out here to Eggleston, so the whole defense focuses out there, and he just turns right around and hands it to Fortone or to Hoskins, and they just go right up the middle. It's just a delayed draw, but what sells that play is Gombert. It looks like he's going to throw that quick pass out there to Eggleston.
This has to be against the Rangers because they're acting like they're going backwards. This is a 15-yarder, personal foul. Our referee hasn't given us the sign. Larry Hill's not too happy to hear the news.
No, he's not.
15-yard penalty.
Rangers, one of their thorns this season has been those 15-yard penalties. Dead ball most of the time on somebody doing a late hit or hitting putting down a block well after the whistle snapped. Here we see.
Well, it looks like one of the referees is talking to Taylor Brooks. He's the captain. He's the senior. And maybe he's trying to explain, hey, guys, this is what you're doing. This is what we're going to call. Clean it up, or we're going to keep calling it. But this is what you could tell your buddies.
Now, Glenn Mangold, the head coach of the Unicorns, wants to talk to somebody. Our referee still hasn't given us what it was. Well, now, how can they move the sticks back?
It's 1st down and 10.
Oh, it was 1st down. And they had a 15-yard penalty. So why did the sticks move? Well, I'm confused.
You got me there.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
You think the ball would go back, but the sticks would remain the same.
The sticks shouldn't have moved.
No.
I'm confused now. That doesn't make sense. It makes it easier on the Rangers. It should be 1st and forever. Here's Eggleston around the right edge. Kind of tiptoes his way when he gets to the corner. Then he's brought down, but still a good gain. A good gain of, almost 6 yards as he gets to the 43-yard line, maybe 7. Tackle on the play by Joe Rodriguez, listed as an offensive lineman, and that's the end of the quarter. We'll talk about it more after this timeout as the Rangers lead at 14-0. Timeout on the field on the Ranger Network.
Fisher's Neighborhood Market is teaming up with the Smithson Valley Rangers. When you stop to gas up, look for the Ranger Spirit Pump. A portion of sales from this pump will be donated directly to the SV Athletic Booster Club to help out our Rangers. So choose the one that's Ranger Blue and fill up. Fisher's Neighborhood Market is proud to sponsor the Smithson Valley Rangers.
Rangers lead it 14-0, about ready to start the second quarter. Rangers in Unicorn territory at the 43. Again, the whole thing about the yardage after the unsportsmanlike penalty has confused us greatly. That's a 6-yard run by Eggleston. And now it is 2nd down and 4 instead of what should be 15. Here's Hoskins up the middle, first down yardage before he's wrapped up. And again, everything's getting into their secondary before anybody's even touching them. Colby Smith, the sophomore safety, is back first on the tackle, but not until the Rangers are at the 38 of the Unicorns, and that's first down run.
You made a great point, because right now Fortone and Howell, the lead blockers that time for Hoskins, was able to get to the second level before they even were able to make their block. And they make great blocks, and so Hoskins has 5 or 6 yards before he's even getting touched by a Unicorn defender. Great execution.
So 1st and 10 from the 38. 2 tight receivers, one either way. Here's Eggleston up the middle he goes. Spins away from a defender, but brought down there. That was Schreier, the junior cornerback. As they're shuffling in defenders constantly, the Unicorns are. This time 2 go in and 2 go out.
Well, I know if you're Coach Mangold, you're just wanting your defense to rise up and make a stop, because right now the Ranger offense is just basically doing what they want to do.
And you tried to explain this a little bit earlier. Their defensive line won't make a lot of tackles. They're trying to occupy the linemen so the linebackers can get in there, but really nobody at the linebacker level is making contact early. This time the running back gets quite a ways in, and Fortone won't go down.
No.
They wrestle as they might, but he's got first down yardage, I believe, at the 27-yard line.
Well, Tony, I don't think that's Jacob Fortone running football. That's Earl Campbell. Because I tell you, Fortone is such a tough runner, and he didn't get hit until the middle linebacker, Windrow, was able to hit him, but he'd already made 3 or 4 yards. That's the difference of this 34 scheme, and why the safeties, to your point, are making a lot of tackles.
Fortone and Cole come out. Tietzman and Noah Flores come in. So
Howell's in. He's that lead blocker. Watch him.
So Eggleston, the only running back, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. They give it. No, they fake it. No, they give it to Eggleston going left. Not as much yardage as usual, as he had to cut up inside. Pursuit got to him there, but still a 4-yard gain to the 24. It is 2nd and 6.
Well, run off the edge to the left, run off the edge to the right. Then we'll go a counter dive to Eggleston. We'll run Fortone up the middle. They're really mixing up the play calls right now. So if you're Coach Mangold for the Unicorn and the Unicorn defense, they really don't know what's going to happen to them. They're just reacting instead of playing defensively in an offensive mindset.
And everything is on the ground right now, not having to throw the ball hardly at all, because the offensive line is just dominating.
Yep.
Here's Fortone off left tackle.
Counter dive.
Gets a good surge up to about the 20. It'll bring 3rd down and short, maybe 3rd down and 3 on the 2. Well, they say 4 upstairs. I think it was 3 yards on the gain. That sets up 3rd and 3.
Yeah, that counter dive, Tony, is real effective, because you're pulling it off guard. This time, Ryan Benka, the junior, 6'1", 250, led up on the hole. And I'll tell you what, they're just gashing the defense right now with that counter dive.
So both Hoskins and Fortone in the backfield. Gombert looks to the sideline as the play clock goes under 10. Now it's under 5. He's got to get this one. I think we're going to call a timeout. Larry Hill goes down and tells the head linesman he wants a timeout. After 6 plays on the drive, we're to the 20-yard line. We'll keep it here right now as the Rangers now, Jeff, try to get their 3rd touchdown. This drive started right around the start of the quarter. So it's been going a little over 3 minutes right now, and like I said, 6 plays so far.
Yeah.
You'd expect right now from the 15 or the 20-yard line about 3 or 4 more runs, and you'll be in the end zone. And midway through the second quarter, this one could be hurting for the Unicorns.
It could be hurting, because right now, to your point, the Ranger offense is able to just kind of run whatever they want to run, and they're not making 2 or 3 yards at a pop. They're making 5, 6, 7 yards every time they're running the football. So it's very difficult for a defense to make adjustments, because, quite honestly, your defensive line isn't getting any penetration, and they're not holding enough linemen, because all the offensive linemen and lead blockers for the Rangers are getting to the second level. and putting a hat on the pad, and they're making great blocks. So, yeah, it could be devastating if the Rangers getting in the end zone right here. It could be really difficult for the Unicorns.
What I meant to say is this is the 6th play of a 13-play drive that's happened in the second quarter. Obviously, we started at the 8-yard line, 11 yards on a pass, 11 yards on a run, 11 yards on a run, 6 yards on a run, 4 yards on a run, 12 yards on a run.
Why throw the football
then
when you don't need to?
6, 5, 6, 4, 3. We're at the 20, where it's third down and 3. Unicorn defense trying to get in a position. The Rangers have two receivers wide to the left, 2 backs in the backfield. Howell will block. This is Eggleston up the middle. Oh, knifes through, makes a nice quick burst inside the 10 to the 5 before he's spun down and brought down by Jaden Schreier, and the Rangers are first and goal from the 5-yard line.
The formation was strong to the left, and he ran a counter dive with Eggleston back to the right. And it's just a numbers game. You had more blockers on the right side than you had defenders, and Eggleston had a nice crease, made a nice gain, almost got in the end zone. But here we go, first and goal on the 5-yard line.
So starting on their own 8-yard line at 3 minutes and 22 seconds to go in the first quarter. It's now 8:25. The Rangers will run a little reverse. This is Eggleston. He'll just walk into the end zone with a late block by Fortone as Eggleston takes it in from 5 yards, and now he has his 11th touchdown of the year. Greg Eggleston, and the Unicorns are up 20-0 with the extra point to come.
It just looks too easy, but really there's a lot of hard work that goes into something like that, where the Rangers are executing so well, Tony, and they make it look like it's so easy to do, and it's really not. It's very difficult when you want to set the edge and run that counter outside on the edge, and he's just getting great blocking.
Joaquin Rodriguez in for the extra point. Cole, Gombert, kick, good. 21-0. The Rangers lead this one. There is 8 minutes and 22 seconds to go in the first half. We're back after this timeout on the Ranger Network.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Brant. So I'm here today with Mason, Trey, and Luke. You guys ready for some senior moments?
Guaranteeing things get done while saving you time. Speed is a necessity. GVTC understands and delivers the fastest speeds around for customers every day. I'm Greg Eggleston, and GVTC handles my speed.
It's 21-0. We're not even midway through the second quarter. 8:22 to go, and the Rangers have absolutely just run all over the Unicorns here in the opening few minutes.
Well, I promise you, it's not easy to do this. The way that the Rangers practice every week and the way they execute out here tonight, it's no easy task to do, but they're just really doing it to perfection. And right now, the play calling by Jeff Shin and Coach Larry Hill, they're just mixing it up and keeping the Unicorn defense on their heels. Basically, they're doing what they want to do, take control of this football game.
15 plays, 92 yards, just over 7 minutes, and the Rangers are up 21-0. This time the kick goes a little bit short. Will be fielded at about the 20-yard line. Running up ahead is Craig Johnson, a wide receiver, a senior at 6 foot and 168. He'll go ahead from about a 10-yard return to the 29, where the Unicorns will start 1st and 10.
Even though the Rangers have controlled this football game on the scoreboard, remember the last series of the Unicorn offense, they marched all the way down the field and almost punched it in, but they were stood up on a 4th and 2. So just remember, they can move the football. They have playmakers on their side of the football as well.
2 receivers to either side. A lone setback next to Driggers. Takes the snap. It's a low one. Everybody's out in motion, including the running back. He's got some time. Now he's hit as he throws. It's completed. A nice-looking catch by Zach Alaman, the coach's son, 6 foot 180 junior, his 19th reception of the year. That's first down yardage up to the 45. A good-looking pass play that covers 16 yards.
Yeah, Driggers had to move his feet a little bit, but for all practical purposes, he had a nice pocket to be able to check out his receivers. Made a nice pass also to the wide receiver.
So after the Rangers put up 3 touchdowns, now the Unicorns want to throw the ball, have some time. Now Driggers is caught, actually tackled as he gets out to Purdy, who catches it on the far sideline, gets it all the way up to the 33. So another big gain of 22 yards on a pass play and another first down for the Unicorns.
Just when you think you got Driggers tackled in the backfield for a loss, he sees his safety valve, and that is Purdy. He threw it out to Purdy, and Purdy did the rest for a first down.
So back-to-back double-digit pass plays of yardage, 16 and 22. They're in Ranger territory at the 33. They'll give it to Purdy, a nice trap up the middle. He's got some room. He's got first down yardage. Does a little shift before he's brought down there. I think that is Garrett Brooks, the defensive end, who chased him all the way down the field. A nice gain. That one about 15 yards to the 18. First time Purdy's had any room at all to run. This is a backup running back. This is
Joshua Rice.
It is Rice. Gets about 5 yards to the 14 as there was a hole there for him.
Yeah. Well, the Unicorn offensive line, Tony's pretty big. They average 270 pounds from tackle to tackle, so they're big. They can make a hole now and then if they get a hat on you. It's tough to get around them.
So second down, and we'll say 6 from the 14. 3 receivers right. They give it. No. Driggers keeps it. Now he's got a man open, middle of the field. A catch and a tackle. As Darrow, the senior wide receiver, just went out and sat down at about the 5-yard line. Driggers finally found him. Completed pass. It is now first and goal at the Ranger inside the Ranger 2.
That's that RPO action that time, and Driggers it looks like he was going to keep the football, and he looked downfield and he saw Darrow wide open just taking a button hook between the linebackers, so he threw a pass to him, and now they're looking at first and goal on the 2-yard line.
Well, the Unicorns saying we're not done yet.
No.
2 running backs either side of Driggers. This is a handoff going nowhere. I think it's Seidel. He actually lost a yard, spotted back to the 4, so lost a couple of yards as the defensive line just busted right through.
Oh, that's Trey Witcher. I mean, he totally just dominated the offensive lineman and got in the backfield just as I think the running back got the handoff. So he was so far in the backfield.
So Purdy caught a pass and then had a big run, and we haven't seen him since. The 2 other running backs, Seidel and Rice, are in right now. It's still second and goal from the 4 now. Driggers takes the snap, bobbles it, tries to hand it off, and the ball's loose, and the Rangers got it. He went to hand it off to Seidel, and they never really connected because the snap was low. Driggers probably never got a hold of it. We couldn't see it all, and the Rangers have possession on a turnover at their own 4-yard line.
Yeah, and I bet you Driggers was trying to pull the ball out because it was wide open around the edge, and I knew he probably saw I'm getting in the end zone, but too much, too little, because he fumbled the football, turned the ball over, second turnover in the first half, now for the Unicorn offense.
Smithson Valley from their own 4 will have first and 10, 6:15 to go second quarter. It's 21-0. The Unicorns had a chance to bite into that lead, but turn it over again. Gombert, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Eggleston in motion. They'll fake it to him, give it up the middle. If it's Fortone, he'll get about 4 to the 12. Well, I'll give him 3 to the 12, so second and 7, brought down by some of the interior defensive line.
You know what? Look for something deep, like a vertical here coming up, because it's run up the middle. It's that counter dive. It's Eggleston around the edge. Watch for something fake and try to go vertical down the field right here.
Eggleston goes out wide to the right. Gombert with 2 backs in the backfield. Hands it off to Hoskins. Wiggles his way out beyond the 10. Looks like it'll be 3rd and 2 as they spot him at about the 12. Kelsey was in on the tackle for the Unicorns, but not until a nice gain of almost 5 yards by Hoskins.
And that's 3rd and short. You're headed.
I liked your idea of going long, but they just handed it off again. Yeah. I think they feel so comfortable right now with the offensive line surge.
I think if they pick up this first down, look for something deep on first down.
Gombert almost got him to jump, so they're sending some new information into Gombert, who, with the play clock running down, has to snap in a hurry after telling his offensive line. They give it to Hoskins up the middle. It looks like he'll have first down yardage as the little guy kind of uses his offensive line and just pushes it forward, gets clear up near the 19-yard line. So a gain of almost 6 first down yardage for the junior running back.
Well, they used to call this small personnel when they put Hodgkins in there. They have Hodgkins and they have Fortone. They call that little, okay? But they don't play little. Just make that clear. They play like, again, I want to say Earl Campbell or I don't know, if I say Walt Garrison, no one will understand who that is. So, but they play really tough.
Wasn't he a rodeo guy?
Yeah, he too. Yeah.
Now give it to Eggleston right. He's got the tackle. He busts outside. It's a race now. The 40, the 50, the 40. No one will catch him. The 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Greg Eggleston. 4:13 to go in the second quarter, and the Rangers have their 4th touchdown of the night.
Well, that's how you do it. A big explosive play with your backs against the end zone. Give it to Eggleston around the end again on that counter, and they just set the edge. Great blocking, great execution, and Eggleston just outruns the secondary for 6 points.
73 yards on the touchdown run. It's not his longest of the year. That's 84. But the Rangers have gone up 27-0. 4:13 to go in the period. Joaquin Rodriguez in for the extra point. Snap is good. The hold brings it down, and the kick is good. 28-0. The Unicorns go up on the big-time run by Greg Eggleston. They've now marched it in on 15 plays from the 8-yard line. This time it's 4 plays from their 4-yard line, and it's another touchdown for the Rangers. We're back after this timeout on the Ranger Network.
Fisher's Neighborhood Market is teaming up with the Smithson Valley Rangers. When you stop to gas up, look for the Ranger Spirit Pump. A portion of sales from this pump will be donated directly to the SB Athletic Booster Club to help out our Rangers. So choose the one that's Ranger Blue and fill up. Fisher's Neighborhood Market is proud to sponsor the Smithson Valley Rangers.
Back to return number 5, Riker Purdy.
So the Rangers are up a 4-play, 96-yard drive. Took under 2 minutes, and it's 28-0 with 4 minutes and 13 seconds to go in the second quarter. The Rangers have absolutely blitzed the Unicorns.
Tony, is it not a 28-point turnaround? Well, twice the Unicorns are in scoring position. They turn it over, and it's 14 points for the Rangers. That's a 28-point turnaround.
Rodriguez will send a line drive, bobbling or bouncing kick to the 24. Picked up there by the Unicorns, trying to muscle it up ahead. They'll get up near the 35-yard line on a good-looking return by the Unicorns, and that is one of their receivers, Joseph Chiquilio, junior, 5'9", 154.
There's a flag on the play.
There is a flag on the play. We'll have to see. I think it'll take the Unicorns. Looks like holding, block in the back, illegal block in the back. So that flag is at the 25, so they'll go half the distance to the goal. So instead of being at the 35, they'll be closer to the 15 or inside the 15.
Well, I'll tell you what, turnovers have really, really hurt the Unicorn offense. Twice they've been in scoring position. Turnovers have cost them now 14 points going the Ranger way, and that's part of football. You got to secure the football. That's part of the game. But the Unicorns have been able to move the football on this defense the last 2 times they've been in possession.
Drigger sends 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. 4:06 to go in the quarter. He bobbled the snap. I couldn't see if it was a good one. He gets rid of the ball. A nice completion. It's up the head. The Unicorns on the loose near midfield. Now marching ahead. Gets inside Unicorn territory to the 40-yard line. That is Lucas Doro, the senior, at 5'7" and 140. 34 receptions on the year, the leading receiver of the team, and you see why. He's got some quickness.
Yeah.
He is clear out to the Unicorn 40-yard line, so a gain of 45 yards on initial play of the drive.
Well, credit Driggers on a great athletic move, picking up the snap that was on the ground to be able to make that pass.
Same formation with 3. And then 1. They fake it to Purdy. Driggers in the backfield, wrapped up, brought down. In there first was Seminaro. Then others came in to put him down for sure. So a sack on the play. Takes the ball back to the 44-yard line. A loss of 4 at 2nd and 14. Just to tell you what they've done tonight. 3 and out on their first possession. They fumbled on their second possession. The Unicorns then marched down the field and turned it over on downs inside deep in Ranger territory. Their next drive was a good-looking drive where they fumbled in plus territory on goal to go, and this time get off on a first down play that goes 45 yards. Here's Purdy up the middle. Doesn't get much. Well, actually, second effort will get him a good gain. after a loss of 4. That's about a 6-yard gain, maybe 7 to the 37 as he muscled ahead after initial contact.
Well, again, this Unicorn offense there's no slats in themselves. They got great line, a seasoned veteran offensive line, and they're big, and they know how to block and execute. And Driggers is the kind of quarterback that can a dual threat quarterback that can make a difference in this ball game.
Zoig wants to blitz. He does from the left edge. Purdy picks him up. Driggers lets it go. It's kind of can't see. Did the receiver catch it? He did. Oh, my.
Wow.
Lucas Doro went up over the top of, was that Nutt or Sinney?
Sinney.
And just beat him to the ball and made a great catch inside the 20 at the 13-yard line, where the Unicorns will have it 1st and 10. A good-looking play.
Yeah, Driggers basically has a lot of confidence in his wide receiver, Lucas Dora, who's only 5'7", and he out-leaped Sinney to get that 50-50 ball.
Plus,
that's just a great play that time by Doro.
26-yard pass play to the 13 brings 1st and 10 from there for the Unicorns. They fake it to Purdy. Actually, he keeps it this time, but that's Luke Seminaro, I think, in first at him. And he brings him down right on the yard. Maybe it was a little bit of more in there, too, in America Sanders. So the Rangers don't let Purdy go anywhere this time. He actually loses a yard to the 19.
I was watching Driggers, too. He knew right after he handed the ball off and it got stuffed, he was just, why did I hand it off? It was wide open around. I should have kept it.
Well, there was contact as he was handing it off, so nothing was going to happen that way. So 2 running backs, one to either side of Driggers. One of them's one of their receivers. His 2 receivers are right and one to the left. Now motion from the receiver, and they'll throw it to him. That is Doro, and he's loose and clear into the end zone. Just a little RPO-type action where he comes in motion. They don't hand it to him, but they throw it to him, and no one's out there that he can't run past. And the Unicorns, 1:19 to go in the half, get on the scoreboard for the first time tonight.
Tony, that's just a good-looking play in the RPO library where you're able to fake the football and hit that wide receiver out in the flat like that. That linebacker has a hard time getting out there because he has to respect the run first. So it's wide open. It's been wide open most of tonight. This time I was wide open for 6 points.
The snap, the hold, the kick is good. That is a backup kicker, Nicholas Cruz, in for the extra point. And the score is 28-7, 1:19 to go in the first half. We're back after this timeout on the Ranger Network.
Stop at Fisher's Neighborhood Market for anything a Ranger could need. Whether you're heading to work, coming home from school, or just needing a break to grab something tasty, Fisher's Neighborhood Market is your one-stop shop. Fisher's Neighborhood Market is proud to sponsor the Smithson Valley Rangers.
Building links between are real, finite, tangible experiences, ones you'll never forget. GVTC understands and delivers connections for their customers every day. I'm Luke Gombert, and GVTC has me connected.
All right, the Rangers will receive their first kickoff of the night as they kicked off to start the game. Nicholas Cruz will handle the kickoff chores for the Unicorns. 28-7, Smithson Valley on top, 1:19 to go in the quarter.
I'll tell you what, that last drive was set up by that amazing catch by Lucas Dorn, going 50-50 ball, going over Sinney and making a catch for a 20-yard first down. That set that up.
They put it down on the ground. It's picked up by Nutt inside the 20. There's a flag that's coming in as he returns it out beyond the 40. I think this one will come back for sure, though, as that flag was tossed over 25 yards.
Good toss. I think there's a block in the back.
By the side judge. Illegal block in the back is the call. So from the 27, they'll march back probably 15 yards from there, and the Rangers will be deep in their own territory with 1:14 to go in the half. I guess it's just 10, so it's at the 17.
Then we'll get the
It's 10 yards,
Smithson
yes.
Valley
Yeah,
Cheerleaders
okay.
selling raffle tickets
So first and
tonight
10 from their own
for
17. Nutt
one of the three
took the
lottery
bouncing
baskets.
kickoff.
All money earned will go directly
My
back
guess
to
is
our
just
Smithson
watching
Valley
that is they don't want to kick it off deep to either one of our kick
No,
returners.
of course not.
Eggleston or Nutt. Eggleston goes wide to the right along with
2 players with 4.3 speed in the 40. I don't think
Maverick
I'd kick
Freeland. Looks like Gombert will give it to Fortone after a little fake of a pass. He's got some room and he slips and falls again. The 25-yard line came up and bit him, and that's where he'll go down with an 8-yard run on first down. And again, the play clock is running under a minute to go. The Unicorns don't look like they're going to be in any kind of a hurry for a hurry-up drive here with a 28-7 lead. I think they'll just be satisfied to run a couple of plays and go into the locker room.
Absolutely.
Don't forget, at halftime, we'll talk more about the sponsors of the Ranger Network. Here's Eggleston on second down. He's got first down yardage past the 30 before the Unicorns decide to gang tackle him and bring him down there. Oh, Larry Hill will call a timeout with 32 seconds to go. Some of those sponsors like the Fisher Store, GVTC, and Summer Hill Dentistry. Some of the sponsors that help bring you the Ranger Network this season, all kinds of them that continue to help us out.
Absolutely.
Jeff, why don't you read those last few?
We got Red McCombs, we got HEB, Summer Hill Dentistry, Max's Roadhouse, and of course, Smoky Mo's.
Smoky Mo's.
Yeah, they're great sponsors, and I know here working with Bo Wick Productions, Tony and I, we appreciate their sponsorship and their support in Ranger football.
So the run by Eggleston is first down yardage, 32 seconds to go. Kind of curious after running 2 pedestrian-type plays, not being in a hurry, that the timeout by Coach Hill means we might try something long here, or are you just going to run it again and just because you have a timeout, why not use it? Not real sure why. The drive is 2 plays. About 40 seconds of clock time have evaporated because of those 2 plays.
Yeah. We do have a quick score if you want. Over there at our sister Canyon High School, we have San Marcos 14, Canyon Cougars 9, and that's in the second quarter.
Gombert sends 2 receivers wide to the right, 1 to the left. Fortone, the only setback, takes the snap, fakes it to Fortone, actually gives it to Fortone. It's Eggleston on the reverse. Oh, that's a late hit. I don't understand why there's not a flag. Matthew Dora, the junior lineman, after Eggleston was down on the ground, just kind of jumped on him. Not a hard hit, but a late hit nonetheless. No flag.
Well, Matt Littlejohn made the tackle, and it was down on the carpet. Yeah, that was ridiculous.
So that'll be the last play of the quarter as the Rangers head to the locker room. So we're done with the first half. It's 28-7. The Unicorns down by the Rangers. The Rangers all over that team from New Braunfels. And with that, we've got halftime. We'll talk about more sponsors. We'll also have the marching band of Smithson Valley on. And we'll have senior moments with Miss Emily. So stay with us. This is the Ranger Network.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, HEB, GVTC, Wick Productions, Ferris Orthodontics, Summer Hill Dental, Smoky Mo's Barbecue, and Pizza Hut.
Control. Your ability to choose. Control gives you power to fulfill your needs and wants as you see fit. GVTC understands and delivers control for their customers every day. I'm Trey Bellew-Witcher, and GVTC gives me control.
Summer Hill Dental, how may I help you? Let me get someone who can help you. There's a phone call for cleaning on line 2.
I'll get Melanie on the phone.
Line 2 for you. Thank you. Hi, this is Melanie. Yes, we do deep cleanings and mouth guards. Of course we do implants. We actually make them here in-house. I can get Dr. Bayless to talk to you about it. Don't forget to point your toe.
Thank you. Summerhill Dental. We are your Smithson Valley dentist.
Coach Shin!
I'm awake.
I think it's time we call Dr. Bayless at Summerhill Dental. He can help you with that snoring. You might have sleep apnea. I'm going to make you an appointment right now.
Yeah, okay.
Dr. Bayless and Snoring Solutions can help you get a good night's sleep without the use of CPAP machines or surgery. Visit Snore Solutions today.
The Rangers lead it 28-7 at the half. Touchdown by Hoskins, touchdown by Fortone, and then back-to-back touchdowns by Greg Eggleston has made it 28-0, and then a touchdown run, or a touchdown pass, from Driggers to Doro, capped the only scoring drive of the Unicorns, which was 85 yards long, and made it 28-7, and that's where we're at right now. And Greg, as we look at what could happen in the second half, I think if the Rangers continue to run the ball and impose their will on the ground as they have, this one will be hard to catch by the Unicorns.
Well, it's been an entertaining first half, to say the least. We've seen some big plays on both sides of the football. We've seen some good defensive plays by the Ranger defense. A couple turnovers. I mean, it's just what football is all about, and we've seen it already in the first half. And I keep going back to there is potential for the Unicorn offense to get back in this football game because they have moved the football. They just can't get it in the end zone when they're in the red zone. 2 turnovers and then being stopped on the 4th down and 2 really hurt them. That's 14 points per set right there. But give all the credit to the Rangers because they've come out and played solid from the very get-go of the kickoff by going 3 and out by their defense, putting the ball in their offense in great field position. The offense marches down and puts the first points on the board. That set the tone, Tony, of this football game.
So, again, it's 28-7 Rangers at the half. Do you have other halftime scores or close to it?
We do. And I tell you, we got a thriller out there at Clemens. Right now, number 7 Judson is trailing number 21 Clemens 20-13 with about 3 minutes left in the second quarter. We also have a good one down at East Central where Steele, number 25, is 20. East Central is 14. And, of course, over at our sister station or our sister school, it is Canyon Cougars 9, and San Marcos has now gone ahead 14. So it's 14-9, San Marcos over Canyon.
All right. We're at halftime. The Rangers lead at 28-7. Let's tune in to Senior Moments with Miss M.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Brant. So I'm here today with Mason, Trey, and Luke. You guys ready for some Senior Moments trivia? All right. All right.
Gombert's going to lose.
Do you
smack Gombert is going to lose, but Mason is also.
Do y'all want to know what you're playing for today? You are playing for a piece of history. This is a piece of the Ranger Field that saw a lot of action from the year of 2011 and 2019. Serious stuff. So you better be on your A game. You ready? Let's do this. Okay, here we go. All right, guys, who's ready for your first question? Australia is the homeland of which animal? Trey.
Kangaroo.
Kangaroo is correct. Good job. Bonus question. Ready? Where do baby kangaroos live? Trey?
In their mom's
Yes, very good. 2 points for Trey. Got a football question for y'all. You ready? Who is the oldest inductee in the NFL Hall of Fame? Okay, Mason?
Jerry Jones.
No, it's not Jerry Jones. Trey?
Vince Lombardi.
It is not Vince Lombardi, but that was a very good guess. Luke, you've got nothing to lose. No, the actual correct answer is Ed Sable. He was 94 years old and he never played in the NFL. He actually founded NFL Films. And they inducted him. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. Every day. You're welcome. Movie trivia. Who am I? You can't handle the truth. Trey.
Mr. T.
No.
No, oh, no, you, no.
I know. You lost.
Mason!
All right, it's from the Bench Warmers. And, all right, it's either Clark or Richie. I can't remember which one.
It's not.
No way. No, you can't handle
Luke.
it. Promise you. Look it up right now. Look it
Luke,
up right
you've
now.
got to at least guess.
I know as good as Mason does. I don't. I'll pull it up right now. I promise you they say it.
The answer is Jack Nicholson from A Few Good Men. Yeah. It's been brought to my attention that although it was a knockoff from Jack Nicholson's line, A Few Good Men, Mason is correct. I am going to give you that point.
Yes, sir.
It
Mr.
was in Bench Warmers. We've got a speed round, okay? So get ready. I'm gonna start a song. If you know it, buzz in. And we're gonna do this quick. Okay. You ready? So when I say, you're gonna finish the song. You ready? In 3, 2, 1. Oops, I did it.
Again.
Mason. Yes, good. Who sang it for an extra point?
Britney Spears.
Yes, push your button. You get 2.
Why do you know that?
That's right, baby. Britney Spears.
He listens to
Day one, baby.
He listens to Britney Spears by himself. I bet you in the shower.
In the shower.
Hit me.
With your best shot.
No.
What? Did you finish?
Hit me, baby.
I'm trying. I hit it before all of that.
Trey hit it. What is it, Trey?
Hit me, baby, one more time.
Yes. Who sung it for an extra point?
Britney Spears.
Yes. Trey gets 2.
I don't bop that in the shower.
Trey, weren't you just making fun of Mason for listening to Britney Spears?
Okay, yeah, but that's more of a well-known song. Like that's been in so many. That's been in so many.
That's old
Disney
Britney,
movies.
bro. You don't even know.
That's been
you
in
don't even
Disney
know.
movies.
You don't even know. That's like 2002 Britney,
People
bro.
be playing it
it's
around me.
real.
I don't put it on. Other people put it on, not me.
My mom used to bop that stuff, bro. You got a problem with that?
It's okay. My mom did too.
Back in the day. And I, Trey.
We'll always love you. Whitney Houston.
Yes,
Give me them 2
points for Trey.
I was not missing that one.
Get it.
I was not missing that.
Okay, wait. Here is a total bonus point. Who sung it first?
Ooh.
What was the song again?
I'll give you a hint. She's like my favorite superstar.
No, it's on the tip of my tongue.
What years were Whitney Houston?
Anyone? Luke? Who? No, not Mariah Carey. That was a good guess though, Luke. That was a good guess.
I know, yeah.
Okay. She has very big hair. She works somewhere around 9 to 5.
Dolly Parton.
Yes, Dolly Parton.
No way! I'm so mad.
You ready? If I were a purple dinosaur that could talk.
Dude. Barney?
And his name was Barney, how would his theme song go? Trey, sing it.
He buzzed in before the question was over. That's not
Beep.
I thought it was like, I am Barney.
Luke?
Dude,
Oh,
come
God,
on.
dang it.
Wait, what? I was buzzing though. You know what I mean?
Okay, you can take that. You have 1 point.
That
you needed that. You needed that.
Good job,
Luke. I'll give you that.
All right, Gomber,
I
you
just
scored. You finally scored on the defense over here.
All right.
I know it too, Luke. I love you. You We're best friends as friends can be, with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say you love me too?
Oh God, smelly pit.
What is the biggest state in the U.S.? Mason.
Alaska.
Good job. For the bonus, who did we buy Alaska from?
Russia.
Good, Mason. Someone's paying attention in history class. Nice.
We didn't even talk about Alaska in history.
That's true. Do you think
They're not
they're
even
like
next-
right next
they're
to
not-
Russia's
they're
up
not-
here, bro. Alaska's like right
Okay,
here.
Alaska's not next to
Think
us.
about it.
We don't even talk about it.
Yeah, but they're
We don't
like
talk-
they're
don't
like
talk about it.
yeah,
Mason knows his geography. Good job, Mason. For the final question, Luke, you need just a little bit of help. And since I like the way you've been throwing out on the field lately, this question is going to be worth 5 points. You ready? Everyone? 436 plus 436 equals, Mason?
That would be 872.
Very good job. Nice, Mason.
Sorry, bro, I'm a math brain. I tried. I was thinking about it. Is that 9?
Luke was thinking about it.
Is that wait?
That's like a shot in the heart.
Sadly, our game has come to an end, and there had to be a winner. Mason, you win Senior Moments Trivia today. Good job. Coach Brant, back to you.
Thanks as always, Emily. Now time of the show for this week's Rangers Trivia. This week in Rangers Trivia, Smithson Valley will be playing its 27th regular season finale under Coach Hill this Friday when the Rangers host the Unicorns. Of the first 26 finales, how many has Smithson Valley won? Is the answer A, 18, B, 20, or C, 22? The answer is B, 20. That includes 3 straight wins in season finales for the Rangers, who at one point won 13 straight regular season finales under Coach Hill.
Matt, we are excited to hear what you have come up with for the new Sage Capital Bank jingle.
You are going to love it. We think it really embodies Sage Capital Bank. Emotes class, tradition, effort. Well, just give it a listen.
Man, that's really got spirit, but isn't that
awesome?
That's the Smith.
Best song ever.
Well, yes, it is.
Yes, nailed it. Guys, we have got ourselves a jingle. Let's do it again.
Sage Capital Bank is proud to support the Smithson Valley Rangers, and you can bank on that.
Stadium where the Rangers lead at halftime 28-7 over the Unicorns. Jeff has some other halftime scores.
Yeah, we just want to get caught up with our 26-6 halftime scores. Of course, here at Ranger Stadium, it's the Smithson Valley Rangers 28, New Braunfels Unicorns 7. We have a halftime score also down at East Central, where the Steel Knights is 20, number 25 Steel Knight 20, and the East Central Hornets are 14. So 2014 Steel Knights, number 25 in the state. We have one over at Clemens. We have a halftime score. Number 7 Judson is 13, and number 21 in the state, Clemens Buffaloes 20. So 20-13, Clemens over Judson at halftime. And again, at our sister stadium, we're looking at a halftime score where it's San Marcos Rattlers 20 and the Canyon Cougars 9. 20-9, Rattlers over Cougars.
We're going to take one more quick timeout. When we come back, we'll have the Ranger Marching Band. So stay with us here on the Ranger Network.
Mom Needs a Break Cleaning is the professional service you can trust. Thorough, careful, and affordable. We take care of all your home cleaning needs so Mom can take care of the important things in life. Isn't it time you came home to a spotless house without the hours of back-breaking work? Call Mom Needs a Break Cleaning for an over-the-phone estimate and to set your personalized cleaning schedule with us today.
Building links between people. Connections are real, finite, tangible experiences, ones you'll never forget. GVTC understands and delivers connections for their customers every day. I'm Luke Gombert, and GVTC has me connected.
Good night and go.
And we're back at Rangers Stadium where the Ranger Marching Band is about ready to take the field after the Unicorns finally relinquished the field. About a little past the midway point of halftime, and here comes the Ranger Marching Band and all their activities at halftime.
Forming on the sideline, Smithson Valley's oldest and proudest tradition, the pulse of the Texas Hill Country, the Smithson Valley High School Ranger Marching Band. The Ranger Band is under the field leadership of drum majors Maya McBrayer, Riley McCullough, Lindsay Pattison, and Gabby Wilson. The 2019 color guard officers are Annemiek Brooks, Keely Graber, Jaden Martinez, and Naomi Morrow. Tonight, the Silver Spurs and Silverados are performing a special routine as we welcome some special guests. The Silver Spurs are being led onto the field tonight by Junior Lieutenants Faith Falcon and Lorna Luciano, Senior Lieutenant Melanie Bowe, Lieutenant Colonel Tandy Folsom, and Colonel Dakota Martini. The Silver Spurs and Silverados are under the direction of Director Ashton Burchell and Assistant Director Kayla Speaker. The Silver Spur Spirit Partner of the Week is Robert Saunders with Dancer Ashley. The Silver Spurs Dancer Partner of the Week is Tim Wells with Dancer Mia. The Silverado Spirit Partner of the Week is Gina Albright with Dancer Sadie. The Silverado's Dancer Partner of the Week is Lisa Applett with Dancer Kinley. Now please welcome the award-winning Silver Spurs and Silverados along with twirler Christina Hernandez and feature twirler Lauren Matula. The 2019-2020 Silver Spur Social Board Officers are President Taylor Vela, Vice President Ashley Reeves, Social Officers Kendall Egley and Lauren Gomez, and Chaplain Maddie Guerra. Next, the Ranger Band and Color Guard will perform their UIL marching show entitled Mystery Tour. The show will feature the music of the Beatles, including Eleanor Rigby, Yesterday, Gotta Get You Into My Life, and Hey Jude. Soloists for the Ranger Band include Amanda Millard, Jonathan Nunez, Josh Robertson, Bradley Barker, Josh Fiorentino, Tomas Hinojosa, Josiah Mesa, Alexis Timmons, Liana DeLuna, Ava Cabrera, and Wesley Barton. Ranger fans, would you please stand and show your support as the Smithson Valley Ranger Band performs the Ranger Fight Song. The directors of the Ranger Band are Matt Bainey, Michael Childress, Jeff Yates, Samuel Woodfield, and Travis Land. The principal is Mr. Michael Wall. The Ranger Band section of the week is the saxophones. The Ranger Band would like to thank our platinum sponsors, China King Restaurant, the Edward Jones office of Paul Barton, Sam Roberts Photography, Children's Eye Center of South Texas, the Branch Neighborhood Grill, and Alamo Transformer Supply Company. This is Paul Barton, the voice of the Ranger Band, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's performance.
Guaranteeing things get done while saving you time. Speed is a necessity. GVTC understands and delivers the fastest speeds around for customers every day. I'm Greg Eggleston, and GVTC handles my speed.
Fisher's Neighborhood Market is teaming up with the Smithson Valley Rangers. When you stop to gas up, look for the Ranger Spirit Pump. A portion of sales from this pump will be donated directly to the SV Athletic Booster Club to help out our Rangers. So choose the one that's Ranger Blue and fill up. Fisher's Neighborhood Market is proud to sponsor the Smithson Valley Rangers.
The Ranger Stadium, we're about ready to start the second half. The Rangers will receive the second half kickoff. Again, they won the toss and then elected to defer, which means they kicked off the opening kickoff, and now they'll receive the second half kickoff from the Unicorns. 28-7, Smithson Valley ran out to a 28-0 lead. The Unicorns scored in the closing minutes of the first half to make it 28-7. And that's where we are to start the second half.
Well, there's 4 quarters to a football game, Tony Brubaker, and that
Still?
means right now it's, you know what, in the mindset and not Ranger locker room, the score is 0-0, and they're coming out to say we got to take control of this football game starting on this first drive. I guarantee you that's Coach Hill's sermon during halftime.
We saw it a week ago where the Rangers came out a little flat against the Rattlers and actually didn't get a first down until midway through the fourth quarter of the second half.
He doesn't want to see that happen.
Not
this
and
game.
Eggleston are deep. Again, they'll dribble it up the field, field it at the 26, and the returner will take it out beyond the 37 for first down yardage for where the Rangers will start.
That was Camacho.
That was Camacho, Luis Camacho, who is a fullback, the senior.
12 yards on the return.
So the Rangers will start 1st and 10 from the 37.
And again tonight here at Ranger Stadium, it's senior night, honoring all the seniors before the kickoff this evening, and a lot of them are on the field getting as much play time as possible. Last time maybe for some of them that they'd really get significant time in a Ranger uniform.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Eggleston takes the handoff. Goes inside the tackle, gets about 5 before a whole host, I think that's 7 of the different Unicorns were wrapped around him. So they'll spot him up to the 41, a gain of 4. It's 2nd down and 6 as the Rangers continue to hammer the Unicorns on the ground.
Well, the Rangers are bringing in their small package again, which means that Fortone and Hotskins are coming into the ball game, and that doesn't mean anything, just that they like to run certain plays with these players, and they've been real effective here so far tonight.
So it's back on either side of Gombert. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. They give it to Fortone coming left. Off tackle, squirts outside, gets a nice run up to midfield. Inside, well, they'll call him at midfield before he's dragged down. Looked like that was Zane Sanchez, a backup nose tackle, was in on the play.
Yeah.
So first down yardage up to the 50. It's 1st and 10 there.
Running a combination of that same play, just different package personnel in there, and a good lead block that time by Gabe Hoskins. Making a nice block that time for Fortone.
Fortone in the backfield with Gombert now. Quick fake to the pass and then a run up the middle. That's Hoskins, not Fortone. Nice yardage, almost 20 yards to the 31-yard line before he's dragged down by the cornerback Stephen Kelsey. 19 yards on the run.
Boy, my man Austin Howell, 44, will end up in that kind of, we used to call a tab formation with the Redskins. The fullback is right off the back hip of the offensive tackle. He lead blocked that time on the linebacker James Windrow, and that was the reason why there was such a gaping hole for the first down. Great block that time by Austin Howell.
Gombert to Fortone. Inside the tackles, gets popped, but then gets a couple of more yards up to the 27. A gain of 4 by Jacob Fortone, who he's that guy that gets all the tough yards between the tackles because he gets popped a lot and keeps going.
It's almost like he likes it. You know, give it to me, and I don't mind going through the big guys between tackle to tackle. He kind of likes that contact, and I think he's in his forte that for Fortone. How about that? When he's running between the tackles.
Fortone with a forte.
That's right, right between the tackles. Give it to me, Coach. I'll run it.
Had to tie his shoe after that one. Now he and Eggleston are either side of Gombert. From the 27, second down. Fortone up the middle, breaks a tackle, gets wrapped up, then spins ahead and gets an extra yard after the contact. Looks like close to a first down at the 22, but I think he's about a yard shy. See where they'll spot it.
Or Coach Sin, Jeff Sin, the offensive coordinator for the Rangers, he's just doing a nice job of mixing up player packages and personnel, but they're running the same basic plays, but with the different personnel look, it really confuses the defense, and the offense is just really executing well.
Rangers have used a little over 2 minutes of clock action and have driven from their own 37 to the 22 up the middle. Fortone again, muscles ahead. First down yardage on 3rd and 1. Spot him up to the 20.
Yeah, Clay Coronado, the outside linebacker for the Unicorns, had a shot at Fortone in the backfield, but just couldn't come up with the tackle. He shot through on a blitz, came in unscathed, and just didn't get a good shot on Fortone, and Fortone just was able to pick up the yardage.
6 runs on this drive. Now at the Unicorn 20, 1st and 10. This time it's Eggleston coming left, tries to tiptoe his way and kind of stutter steps and now pushes ahead, gets to the corner, gets a 5-yard gain up to the 15 before he's shoved out of bounds by a couple of different Unicorns. I think they're getting a little frustrated that they're being abused.
Yeah.
Matt Littlejohn in on that one.
Well, I tell you who got abused big time. That was Matt Littlejohn. Just got abused by Austin Howell, 44 again. Lead block on the perimeter, and Howell pancaked him out of bounds. That's just a great block by Austin Howell. I think that'll probably make the highlight film, and Coach Hill keep replaying it over and over and over again.
Eggleston and Fortone in the backfield. This time Eggleston between the tackles. Doesn't get much as he got wrapped up pretty much as he got to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard forward. Still doesn't come down, kind of looks back at the defenders. But give him a yard up to the 14, it's 3rd down.
A big 3rd down and 4 here on the, was that the 14-yard line? No, excuse me. Yeah, the 14-yard line. You got to pick up to the 10 for first down. It's a big play here.
7 runs and a 7-play drive. It's occupied most of what has happened so far in the 3rd quarter. 28-7, Rangers up after 4 unanswered touchdowns to start the game. Fortone, the only back. Here's Eggleston, motion, takes the jet sweep, gets out the right side edge. He's in the end zone. Just like that, he turned the corner, Jeff, and just turned the speed on and made those 10 yards in a hurry. The Rangers up 34-7 with the extra point to come.
A lot of mature running that time by Eggleston because he got the football on the jet sweep, but he waited for his lead blockers to make their block before he cut up field. That's just good, mature running with the football that time by Eggleston, and he had a nice block by Fortone on the edge. That time Fortone doing the lead blocking.
3rd rushing touchdown of the day for Greg Eggleston. He's up to 13. Snap good, the hold down, the kick up and good by Joaquin Rodriguez. It's 35-7. The Rangers up on top. We're back after this timeout on the Ranger Network.
Guaranteeing things get done while saving you time. Speed is a necessity. GVTC understands and delivers the fastest speeds around for customers every day. I'm Greg Eggleston, and GVTC handles my speed.
Didn't switch it. We're back at Ranger Stadium, 35-7, 7:28 to go in the third quarter. So the drive, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plays, and a total of 63 yards in about 4 minutes and 15 seconds.
Can you draw it up any better than that?
No.
I mean, to start the third quarter off, I mean, not one pass, all running the football.
All runs.
Taking time off the clock, too. And you see the offensive linemen here. I'm looking at them they're on the bench, and they're all bumping each other, giving each other high fives. You know what? They're just into the game. They're in the moment. They're in the game.
And
I love it.
What wind we have now, probably less than 15 miles an hour. I'd say about 10. Actually blew the tee off the field.
Yeah.
Haven't talked about it all night. This time it's gusting a little bit, so maybe it's picking up. Rodriguez will put a toe to it. 7.5 left in the third. Rangers up by a bunch, 35-7. This short kick fielded by the Unicorns at the 24-yard line and wrestled down in a heartbeat is Craig Johnson, the wide receiver, who plays a little bit and just hasn't done a whole lot tonight. This time he has a kick return of about, we'll give him 7 or 8 yards to the 30-yard line where the Unicorns will start 1st and 10.
Well, Purdy's back out in the field right now. We were looking for him late in the second quarter. It looked like that they had substituted him, but now he's back on the field.
1st and 10 for the Unicorns.
5 wide receivers, 4 to the left, 1 to the right.
Yep.
All alone is Driggers. Takes the low snap, throws it out to the edge. A little wide receiver screen. Purdy can't catch it. It'll be called incomplete.
That's ruled incomplete.
Not even close to being a lateral, as he was at least 2 yards in front of the line of the throw. So it's 2nd down and 10.
Well, Jalen Nutt read that right off, and he came up to take on the blocker, trying to disrupt it as much as possible. But if it was a good pass and catch, maybe Jalen would have been able to make the tackle, if I can spit that out.
3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Again, empty backfield for Driggers. Now motion. It's Purdy. They fake it to him. Now they'll throw it to him on the right side. He'll get shoved out of bounds after not too much. As Malachi Lane is there on coverage. Give him a gain up to about the 34. We'll call it the 35, a gain of 5. It's 3rd and 5.
Tony, I've been impressed with Malachi Lane. His play so far here tonight, making his first varsity start at outside linebacker. He's made good open field tackles like that previous play. He's made good tackles between the tackles, had one-on-one tackles. He's played very well for a sophomore.
So 3rd and we'll call it 6 from the 34. Again, empty backfield. Now a quick pass out to the edge, a completed pass. A good look to Garrett Thompson. I don't know we called his name very much tonight, but he's got the completion up to the 45, which will be 1st down yardage.
Credit Jurgers by just seeing the one-on-one and where his opportunity was, and that time it was Thompson, and it was a nice passing catch for a 1st down. It's pretty simple.
So 1st down yardage to the 44. This time a one back with 2 receivers either way. They'll give it to Purdy, and he gets caught at the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
Goodness. He got out from behind one of his offensive linemen, and then he was just stood up in a heartbeat. Was that Witcher who got him right there? It was Witcher.
Witcher, yeah.
They'll give him a gain back to the line of scrimmage, so I'm not sure he got there, but Witcher just popped the offensive lineman up, and as Riker kind of turned and looked, he saw Witcher, and he just went down.
Yeah, Zolig was in there too on that one.
No gain on the run. It's 2nd down and 10. Again, 4 receivers, 1 setback. They fake it to Purdy. Now Driggers wants to throw. He has a man open. It's that number 18, and is a good-looking pass play as Doro carries it all the way to the Unicorn 27-yard, or the Ranger 27-yard line, pardon me. Lucas Doro, the senior, who is quicker than quick, gets first down yardage into Ranger territory.
That is such a hard play, that true RPO look by Driggers. He's so quick in doing it because the linebackers and safeties are looking at him while the receivers are getting into open space. And Driggers just waiting for them to get open for him to throw the football.
Here's Purdy up the middle. He'll get a good block from the first line and gets about 3 yards up to the 25, I think is where they'll spot it. Actually, a gain of about 2 at second down and 8.
Well, right now they're substituting in Rice in for Purdy back and forth. And, you know, Rice is a pretty good-looking running back as well. Purdy, we know, has got most of the touches so far this year, but Rice is doing a good job here tonight as well.
Driggers, quick look. Man up the middle. That's Doro.
Wow.
He's gaming for the end zone, and he gets in there. Gets shoved down at the end by Jalen Nutt, but he's already across the goal line, and the Unicorns have scored for the second time tonight. It's 35-13 with the extra point to come. Still 3-touchdown lead, but the Rangers are going to have to move the ball offensively again just to keep them at bay.
Again, that RPO look is really, really tough to defend, and that time it was a play like from the previous play where Driggers can just wait for the receiver. This time, Johnson to make it get in the clear behind the linebackers. He's wide open.
Kick is up, and it's good, and it is 35-14. There's timeout on the field. The Rangers lead this one 35-14 on the Ranger Network.
Summerhill Dental, how may I help you? Let me get someone who can help you. There's a phone call for cleaning on line 2.
I'll get Melanie on the phone. Line 2 for you.
Thank you. Hi, this is Melanie. Yes, we do deep cleanings and mouth guards. Of course we do implants. We actually make them here in-house. I can get Dr. Bayless to talk to you about it. Don't forget to point your toe.
Thank you. Summerhill Dental. We are your Smithson Valley dentist.
Rangers lead at 35-14, 5:12 to go, third quarter. There's been 2 drives in the first 7 minutes of the third quarter. Each team has scored a touchdown. Smithson Valley gets its second opportunity to touch the ball here in the third quarter with a 3-touchdown lead of 35-14.
Well, we got a lot of offensive firepower out here. We have a good defense. The Rangers' defense is solid, but I tell you what, that RPO's they're chewing them up right now.
They are indeed. Kickoff again, a low dribbler, fielded by Camacho at the 25. Now he cuts back upfield, gets about a 10-yard, maybe 12-yard return before he's finally thrown back, but they'll spot him up to the 38-yard line where the Rangers will start 1st and 10.
You know, I'm thinking to myself, this is so typical of high school football. I mean, it goes back and forth, and you know, players that you never thought would make big plays are making big plays, and you know, it's just so fun to watch. And tonight's been a lot of fun because we see both offenses go up and down the field. We've seen turnovers, we've seen defensive great hits and play out there as well. This is just a lot of fun, you know?
It is. That's what Friday Night Lights are all about. 5:05 to go, third quarter. Rangers up 35-14. Gombert has a running back either side of himself. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Now there's a whistle.
Delay game.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I'm not even looking at the play clock because we came out there with so much time. What on earth? Looked like
that was pretty quick.
Offense just kind of lost focus a little bit there as the play clock runs from 25 down, now under 20.
That's typically the quarterback. Luke's got to take a look at that. And if it's going down to 1 or 2, 3, 1, well, when they call timeout.
Okay, so 1st and 15 now from the 33. Play clock under 5. Gombert takes the snap, fakes it to Fortone. He wants to throw. Looking kind of long. Now he'll get pass rush, will get to him. And there's the first sack of the game by the Unicorns. Back to the 28, a loss of 5.
Well, a little bit of breakdown by the offensive line that time. Luke didn't have a whole lot of time to set his feet. and couldn't look after his, his progressions, but he wanted to go deep. Deep.
Yes.
The receiver was covered, and the pocket just basically caved in on him for a sack.
Too much time. That was well over the allotted time you should have to pass as he's looking down the field and no one was open. Now 2nd and 20 after a 5-yard penalty and a 5-yard sack. We'll give it to Eggleston coming left. Tries to, he just doesn't get very much far. Doesn't get very far. Pardon me for the lack of speaking eloquently. Nice reach-in tackle.
It's by Diego Flores.
Yeah, he's the linebacker who started a year ago at safety, I think. Now he's outside linebacker, and he's got 33 tackles on the season. That after a 1-yard gain by Eggleston, so it is now 3rd and 19.
Yeah, this is the first detrimental down and distance we've seen tonight for Smithson Valley.
Been ahead of the chains most of the night, but not right now. They fake it to Eggleston. Gombert wants to throw. Now he's rushed. He gets away from the first line. Now he's near the sideline. Finally throws it ahead. Got it past the line of scrimmage, so that's the biggest detriment to that, not being grounded. Yep. So it is incomplete pass. It's 4th down, and the Rangers will have to punt for the first time tonight.
Interesting, the nose guard, Zane Sanchez, a junior, 6 foot 235, was the one who originally got pressure on Luke, flushed him out of the pocket, and Luke just didn't have anyone as a kind of a safety valve to throw to. He was looking deep, and no one was able to break off their pattern to help him out.
Let me not let you say too much about Zane. He's 5'7" and 237 pounds. But anyway,
I was giving him the benefit of doubt on the height.
We see our punter, Garrett Brooks, rugby style. Travels up the field. A good-looking kick will be over 40 yards, about 44 yards to the 28 of New Braunfels, and that's where they'll start 1st and 10. No return on the punt as the teams come in respectively. We'll keep it here. It's 35-7. The Rangers up by 21, 3:28 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Tony, that was the first 3 and out for the Unicorn defense. Comes in with 3:28 left in the 3rd quarter.
First time
Amazing.
First time the Rangers have had to punt.
Yeah.
So it's the first time they've stopped the Rangers in 5 previous drives. That's the 6th drive, doesn't go. Driggers fakes it to Purdy, wants to throw, no one open, being chased and being tracked down. Another sack for the Rangers.
Dropped for a loss by number 9, Connor Hambrick.
Connor Hambrick came in from defensive end.
Loss of 11 on the play.
Listed as a backup, but has pretty good numbers with 37 tackles. That's his 5th sack of the season.
I'll tell you what, Hambrick is going to get credit for the sack, but that sack was caused by Mason Livingston covering Doro in that slot area, and Driggers couldn't get in the football, so it resulted in a sack.
Back to the 17. Now a quick out. That's Dyer. Has one man. Now he gets wrapped up. Betsy went up and couldn't make the tackle. Malachi Lane came over to put him down. A gain of a couple up to the 20. We'll call it not quite the original line of scrimmage at the 28. It's at the 26, 3rd and 12.
Let's see if defensive coordinator Craig Wisterfer dials up a little pressure this time on Driggers. Maybe a blitz or something.
3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Purdy the lone setback. He'll go out in pattern. Now there's some activity, but Driggers gets rid of it, and the receiver comes back for it, and coverage breaks down. Yep. Now it's a foot race. And Garrett Thompson will score on a long touchdown pass. This one that covers pretty much 72 yards, 74 yards. And the touchdown by Garrett Thompson is his 4th of the year.
Yeah, whenever you see a quarterback like Driggers start basically escaping tackles and getting back in the run, if you don't know if he's going to run or not, all eyes in the secondary go back in the backfield, and these receivers slip out and get behind them and get open. That time Driggers was able to hit the receiver, and he outran him in the end zone.
The kick is up, and it's good. It's 35-21. All of a sudden, there's a ball game here with 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. The Ranger offense is going to have to get some first downs. We'll take this timeout on the field. 35-21 Rangers on the Ranger Network.
stop at Fisher's Neighborhood Market for anything a Ranger could need. Whether you're heading to work, coming home from school, or just needing a break to grab something tasty, Fisher's Neighborhood Market is your one-stop shop. Fisher's Neighborhood Market is proud to sponsor the Smithson Valley Rangers.
Good luck from Red Macomb Ford.
35-21, Rangers up by 2 scores now. It's been as much as 4 scores. It was 3 scores a minute ago, and then the Unicorns scored again. Back-to-back scoring drives. That one didn't take much time at all. 1:28. 3 plays, 74 yards on the touchdown pass from Driggers to Thompson, and it's 35-21, and the Unicorns will kick it off. Nicholas Cruz will put a toe to it in just a moment. It is Eggleston and Nutt back both around the 10, now kind of inching up to the 15. They haven't kicked it deep yet, and I don't anticipate to do it now, and he line drives it. It's heading towards the out of bounds, and it goes out of bounds. No, it doesn't. Oh. Finally picked up at the end by one of the up backs, and the Rangers will not have good field position. That ball spun down the sideline like it was going out as it angled from the numbers, and then all of a sudden it just kind of spun back in.
It sure did.
And
well, Camacho was waiting for it to go out of bounds. He was trailing the football, finally realized it's staying in bounds, and I've got Unicorn players on my back, so he had to pick it up and try to run and get something out of it. That's exactly what he did. But now the Rangers are, they got their backs against the wall here.
So they're going to have to, again, they're going to have to get some first downs. That's the bottom line. You just got to assert yourself and impose your will back on that offensive line to their defense. Run the ball. This is Eggleston, not much room. Looked like Zane Sanchez was in there on the tackle again. As their defensive line all of a sudden is playing with a little more energy than they've been playing with all night long.
Yeah, they got a little spark from their offense. Again, a good defense is a good offense. Whenever you have a 3 and out like the Unicorn defense did last series and get the football back in their offensive hands and they go right down and score, it really puts a extra burst of energy for that defense. Put a little more effort out there.
There's a tight end right along with 2 receivers right. Gombert gives it to Fortone, makes a nice run, gets across the 20.
Tony, that's the 3rd time I've seen Fortone kind of slip. He's trying to make a cut and he slips.
6 yards on the play.
So the 6-yard carry makes it 3rd and 3. You're right about that.
Yeah, an interesting call here, 3rd and 3 on the 25-yard line. This is a key, crucial play right here. You got to pick up this first down. Just have to.
So, 3rd and 3. What will we do? The quarter's about to end, about 45 seconds in the 3rd quarter. We fake it. No, we give it to Hoskins. He's trying to muscle up, but he won't get it. Their defense makes a stand. Goodness, a good-looking drive defensively by the Unicorns. The tackle by Jose Rodriguez, who's listed as an offensive lineman, that time on the defensive line, makes a big play on 3rd and 3, and the Rangers don't get a yard. It's punt time.
Yeah, here we go. Back-to-back 3 and outs by the Unicorn defense. This is unprecedented for what we see in this football game, is that the Rangers not picking up first downs.
Brooks in. Not much of a rush. Rugby-style kick, angles away from the returner. Goes across midfield and up, and then finally picked up at the 40 by a Unicorn, and he gets shoved out of bounds. I think Mason Livingston, along with Zoid, got to him. And all of a sudden, the Unicorns, down just 2 scores, have 2 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter, and their offense is already back on the field, as is our defense.
Yep.
And we'll have 1st and 10 from what they mark as the 43-yard line.
Well, a little change of momentum here in this ball game, and the Unicorn defense have come up with 2 stops, 2 3 and outs. Now the offense feels the little bit of the mojo, and they're ready to get back on the field and see if they can get back in the end zone.
So again, 1 lone setback, 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. The RPO stuff has been decimating to the Rangers here in the 3rd quarter with a pair of Unicorn scores. Here's 1 wide receiver open on the left side. That is Dylan Schreier, a junior wide receiver at 6'1" and 165, a gain of we'll call it 5 up to the 48, so it's 2nd and 5, and the Rangers are going to have to do something as we come to a quarter break to get the momentum back. There's timeout on the field with the Rangers up 35-21, but the Unicorns on the move on the Ranger Network.
Guaranteeing things get done while saving you time. Speed is a necessity. GVTC understands and delivers the fastest speeds. I'm Greg Eggleston, and GVTC handles my speed.
The Ranger defense will be called upon to make a stop. 2nd and 5, the Unicorns at their own 48, but they're showing a lot of signs of energy on offense. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Purdy the lone setback. And they'll give it to him. Now they'll fake it to him, and then Driggers pulls it down. A catch or incomplete.
Incomplete.
As that looked like that was the tight end Miles Miller. And before he could pull it in, he lost control. It's incomplete. Now 3rd and 5.
Miles Miller is a tight end / fullback for the Unicorn offense. He jogs off the field right now, but that kid is 6'5", 205. He's a big target out there if you're running out RPO.
So 3 receivers stay out to the right, 1 to the left. Purdy the only setback beside Driggers. It's 3rd and 5. Could be the play of the game with 11:57 to go in the game. Rangers up by 2 scores.
Blitz.
The Rangers will blitz. Driggers comes in, and there is the tackle. America Sanders blitzed off the right edge and got to him on 3rd and 5. Now it's punt time for the Unicorns.
Great call by defensive coordinator Craig Worcester. He had America Sanders in the middle linebacker position, but just before the snap of the football, America Sanders goes out to the outside right edge and comes off the edge untouched and makes a big stop or a big sack on Driggers.
Still 11.5 to go in the game, so you'd expect they will punt. Miles Miller is the punter, the senior. Snap is high, but he goes up and gets it. Barely gets the kickoff as he had pressure. It won't even get to the line of scrimmage, and the Rangers will. Why don't they just fall on?
He's trying to, but I think New Braunfels got it back.
I think they might have.
The Unicorns got it back
because we touched it. If we'd have just let it go,
they would have called it dead.
It would have been dead, but the Rangers went for it and touched it. I'm not sure what they're calling.
It didn't go past the line of scrimmage, though, Tony. So, I mean, just let it go. Let it go.
Because it didn't go past the line of scrimmage, I don't know.
It's not a live ball.
I don't think it is a live. I think you're right. I don't think it's a live ball, so I don't think it can be a fumble.
Well, they're going to see now they're talking about it right now. But you got you had the Ranger defense back on the field because we touched it. That's why.
But Jeff, if you're going to go after that ball, you got to either pick it up and run with it, or you just got to fall on it.
Just cradle it.
You got to make sure you possess it. You can't reach for it.
Tony, the first thing you learn as a defensive player or on defensive special teams, whenever if it's any doubt, just fall on it, cradle it. That's the best thing to do. The best thing to do 9 out of 10 times.
So they're still talking about it. Their offense is on the field. Our defense is on the field.
Yeah.
Our referee tonight's coming back over to Larry Hill.
See, Larry Hill's saying it did not pass the line of scrimmage, but he said he doesn't realize that one of the Rangers touched it.
I don't think the Rangers are going to get it back.
No.
Because this referee is not talking something nice to Larry Hill right now, and Larry's not happy about it.
Almost a play of the second half was that botched punt, and now they get it back.
I don't know why their offense is starting to act like they're going to run a play. The referee's over here along with 2 other officials telling them to slow down. I think that's Glenn Mangold trying to hurry his team up before anything else, before video replay, if you will.
Yeah.
Our referee is in a lengthy discussion with Coach Hill.
This could be a huge turnaround right here.
Indeed.
This is the first
Rangers force a 3 and out.
First one in the second half. Get the ball back, cut the momentum, and now you touch the botched punt, and it's back in the Unicorns' hands. God. Part of the game right there.
Part of the game. I believe it is. Unicorn ball. Larry is beside himself. Coach Hill's beside himself. But the Unicorns are going to have the ball at their own 27-yard line, 28-yard line, 1st and 10.
Well, what he's thinking, Tony, is Coach Hill's thinking, this thing is slipping out of our hands.
Yeah.
We got to stop this right now.
Game clock at 11:06. Still a lot of time to go. A 2-touchdown lead, 35-21. 2 backs, one either side of Driggers.
RPO.
Driggers keeps it now. Bottled up. America Sanders will bring him down at the 27, a loss of 1. He kind of got out in no man's land.
Yep. America Sanders, the middle linebacker, on that RPO, he's taken the quarterback as his responsibility, and he would not let Driggers out of his grasp. That was a great play that time by the middle linebacker, Sanders. Great play. It's almost like we have to defend the triple option. It's the same thing, same concept.
Driggers has run the ball about 70 times this year for 300 yards. That time he looked lost when he got out there. Now he wants to pass. Straight drop back. Has a man on the edge who falls down, then gets up and makes a catch. I think that's Thompson. No, it is Schreier, Dylan Schreier, who all of a sudden has become a big target for first down yardage up to the 42.
Good concentration at the time by Schreier. He actually slipped down but kept his eye on the football, got up, and was able to make the reception.
16-yard gain, first down. Driggers takes a low snap, straight drop back, does a little shoulder fake, now looks for Schreier, who tries to but can't make a running catch into Smithson Valley territory on the near sideline. Betsy on coverage. That time he had Betsy by about a half a stride and just couldn't hold on to it.
Sure did. And Driggers actually had a good pass. It was right over the back shoulder. And, Schreier was just not able to get the reception. Otherwise, that would have been another big play.
2 receivers either way for the Unicorns now. Play clock at 15. Game clock stopped at 10:09. It's 2nd down and 10. Now they'll hand it off, and getting nowhere is Joshua Rice as the defensive line. Witcher and some others all over that one.
Yeah, Witcher had a little stunt inside, Tony. Came in the inside A gap, and it was clean. So as soon as Rice got the handoff, he was being sacked. He was being tackled.
Trey Moore was in there as well as the Ranger defensive line stood that one up. It's 3rd and 12 from now the 40-yard line.
Look for the RPO.
They have converted a lot of long plays in the last couple of drives. Double-digit yardage. They need 12 on 3rd down. Driggers, 2 receivers either side. Purdy the lone setback. Takes the snap. Straight drop. Has some pressure. Gets popped in the backfield. Another sack for the Rangers. Garrett Brooks got the biggest part of him as he actually leaped over a defender to get a hold of him.
Yeah, that was an all-out blitz that time, although American Sanders faked like he was blitzing up the middle and then came back to take that inside receiver on the RPO, but there was too many Rangers in the backfield, and Driggers got sacked.
Clock goes under 9 minutes to go. The Unicorns have to punt again. They've got all kinds of protection to keep the Unicorns out, who almost get to him again. In fact, they run into him. I think there's a flag. We'll have to see if it was roughing or running into the kicker because it's 4th and about 17. No real return on the punt that carries almost 40 yards.
Well, if this is running into the kicker, it's not an automatic first down.
It should be running into it. It's not roughing because he just fell at his feet.
Exactly. Running into the kicker. So basically it doesn't mean anything. It's still a Ranger ball football.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could accept the penalty and make a punt again.
Yeah, see, Dave.
So, but why would you do that when clock is your biggest enemy?
Exactly.
Okay, well, why'd they pick up the ball? The ball's they don't know where the ball's spotted now because they forgot to. Oh, goodness.
I think the back judges he marked it.
I think that's one of their coaches marked it. Yeah, that wasn't a back judge. The back judge was all the way up at the 40-yard line, along with the line judge. Well, not the. The side judge on the far side of the field.
And the coach is over there marking it for him, right?
Yeah, that was one of the Unicorn coaches or staff members. So the decline penalty gives the Rangers the ball on their own 27-yard line.
Okay. Well, 8:42 in the 4th quarter, Tony. Hey, it's up to the Ranger offense to take control of this game again. The defense did its deal. All right, momentum's now shift back into the Ranger side of the field. Offense needs to take control of this ball game.
You're not deep in your own territory. You're just in good position at the 27. We'll give it to Fortone up the middle. Has some good blocks. Gets 4 or 5 yards. Good first down gain to the 37. We'll call that a 5-yard gain, and it's 2nd down and 5 as the Rangers need their offensive line to start assert themselves again.
Both teams off all 3 timeouts in their pocket, so probably another couple minutes. If this is the way we're going to see just run the football, you may see Coach Mango exercise a couple of his timeouts.
Umana and Windrow, the 2 inside linebackers of the Unicorns, are being called upon now to make some plays for them, but the offensive line of the Rangers needs to just assert itself. Fake to they give it to Eggleston. Left edge. Here's a flag, probably a hold. It's first down yardage before he's chased out of bounds, but I think we've got a hold against the Rangers. And Donnie Bell, the right tackle, is the one they're talking to.
Yeah.
So,
well, it looked like it was a hold, but it looked like a tackle, actually. So back judge actually saw it, and it's going to go against the Rangers. Again, another spot foul, but this means it's 2nd and long.
So back to the 22, second and 15.
Yeah.
2nd down, 15 yards to go.
And I tell you right now, you don't want to have to throw the football, but I tell you that the rollout or the naked bootleg are 2 pass plays that come to my mind have been real successful for the Rangers the first half. And they need to do something to pick up a chunk of real estate on this play.
Gombert, little delay handoff. Nowhere to go for the running back.
Yeah.
It's Hoskins, I believe.
They've run that little fake draw play way too much tonight. Now the Unicorn defense knows it. They can smell it real quick, and Hoskins had nowhere to go in that time.
Lost 2 more yards. It's now 3rd and 17.
Yeah,
almost like you got to believe you don't know that you have a play that can get you 17 yards, so you're just going to have to run some clock, if you will.
Well, you maybe try to get it in Eggleston's hands and let him go one-on-one. Maybe he can make a play out of anything.
Eggleston is wide right here on the near sideline. Gombert has a whole bunch of people in the backfield with him. He's rolling out, looking for Eggleston. Throws it long. He tries to run it down. Eggleston, it's got a chance, and he can't make the play. The ball, boy, he had the man beat, and I think he had to come back just a hair for it. And as he tried to plant and come back for it, I think his feet slipped out from him, and he couldn't hold on to the ball.
Yeah, Eggleston had about 2 steps on Schroer, the cornerback. And I tell you, if that ball was just led a little bit more, Tony would have had 6 points on the board.
I think Luke threw it as far as he could at that point. To be honest with you, he wound up and threw it, and he threw it as high as he could to let Eggleston run under it, and it just didn't happen. Clock stops, 6:50 to go in the game. Rangers lead at 35-21. Brooks on for the punt. Brooks' average is up near 40 yards a kick. This is a high spiraling kick. It drives the returner all the way back to the 30. That's
catch.
Doro. Nice catch. Pin, sideline, out of bounds, gets nowhere. Out of bounds at the 27, where the Unicorns will start 1st and 10. Game clock now at 6:40. The defense is going to have to do its job again.
Sure is going to have to do its job. Good downfield tackle that time by Livingston on special team. But to your point, Tony, now the defense has got to make something happen. Watch the RPO opportunity by Driggers in his offense. It'd be nice they got 3 and out right here.
From the 28, it's 1st and 10 for the Unicorns. Game clock at 6:40. Drigger sends 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Thompson, the man down here on the sideline near us. Purdy, the only setback, has to block this time. They throw it to Thompson, and it goes through his hands. Betsy was there for coverage. If he had really seen it coming, he might have been able to pick that one off. It's incomplete.
Betsy gave him a pretty good little cushion right there. He's one-on-one. Thompson just couldn't make the reception. I mean, it's a good pass. It's fortunate for the Rangers on that time. That one's dropped.
Indeed. So 2nd and 10. Clock stops at 6:37. That one only took 3 seconds. 2 receivers either way. Again, Purdy the lone setback. Now motion from Dyer. They give it to him, sweeping right. Couple of good blocks. He'll scramble ahead. Gets up near the 36.
Bryson Dyer, the ball carrier.
Got a pretty good block.
Mason Livingston and Nutt were in on the tackle.
Pretty good little block out there by Purdy. He gave Dyer a little bit of that edge, and now it's 3rd and short. This is a huge play right here for the defense.
8-yard run. by Dyer. It's 3rd and 2 from the 36. They need to get just past the 38. Trey Moore, Witcher, Seminaro all being called upon. Brooks to make a play here. They give it to Purdy up the middle. He breaks one tackle, then spins away, does a nice job running through a tackle, gets up to the 44. That's first down yardage on the nice run of, well, we'll call it 8 yards.
Yeah, they substitute Purdy out. And Joshua Rice comes in. Again, a little bit different look, different personnel package. They sure like to run out RPO.
So 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Game clock nears 5.5 minutes to go in the game. It's a 2-touchdown lead for the Rangers. Quick pass to the edge. Bobbled, dropped. That's Craig Johnson a little bit behind him, and it might have been tipped at some point.
It looked like it was tipped, yeah, at the line of scrimmage a little bit. It kind of disrupted the pass just enough that it ended up being behind Craig Johnson, and he came up with a drop ball. I mean, it was incomplete.
So incomplete on first down, 2nd and 10. 3 left, 1 right of the receivers. Rice at the setback next to Driggers. Straight drop back, has some time, throwing long. Coverage is good by Nutt. They kind of have some hand contact. Both reached for one another. It goes incomplete, intended for Johnson. It's 3rd down.
Great play by Jalen Nutt. He had him completely covered. Even though it was a double move by Johnson, Nutt had nothing to do with it, and he had him covered like a blanket. Good job by Jalen Nutt.
So 3rd and 10, another big 3rd down play from their own 44. The Unicorns clock stops, 5:26 to go in the game. Driggers has 2 receivers to either side. Rice still the setback. He comes out in the flat. They'll throw it to him. He catches it. A tackle will be made. Great job by Cody Horn. So it's 4th down and about 4 at midfield. We'll see what they're going to do now. 6 yards on the gain of the pass play to Rice.
Again, another crucial down right here, 4th and 4.
They're going for it. The clock goes under 5 minutes to go in the game.
Have to go for it.
2 receivers to either side. It's 4th and 4. What do? Will they run, they pass? That's a defensive quandary right now. And a timeout will be called by the Unicorns. 4:52 to go in the game. We'll keep it here. As the Unicorns want to think about it, this could be, we've had a couple of plays of the game so far tonight. This could be the biggest play of the game because their only chance to stay alive right now is they've got to get a first down.
They had to pick up this first down with almost just under 5 minutes left. You're right. I mean, the momentum is now, you've really seen a different momentum of this football game kind of go to the Unicorn side, particularly when their offense is on the football field. They feel like they can do things, and that run-pass option is really clicking for them. I think Coach Mango is probably thinking, okay, what do? We give Driggers the option. You have 1 out of 3 options. When you see it open, let it rip. And of course, if you're Coach Wisterfer for the defense coordinator for the Rangers, you're thinking, don't let them have it. Whatever you do, keep your eye on Driggers.
So it's a big play for the defense. 4th and 4 from midfield. They need to get to the 46 of the Rangers for a first down. 4:52 to go in the game. It's 35-21. The Rangers on top by 2 touchdowns. So both coaching staffs have put all their cards on the table right now. The Unicorns will send 2 receivers out to either side. This is Rice. I think Purdy got shooken up in the first half, and I think every time he comes back in on a hit, he gets taken out because he is a little banged up.
All right.
It's been a long season. Driggers talks to his offensive line. With 20 on the play clock, has lots of time. Takes a low snap, wants to throw. Across the middle, has a man wide open. That is Dyer. Breaks a tackle, runs to the end zone, gets tackled at the 5. Good nusted. Their little routes where they just kind of sneak behind the linebackers. He was wide open, and that's a long gain up to the 5-yard line. 45 yards on the pass play.
Driggers knew he had something with Dyer because of the formation, and the linebackers were responsible for Dyer out of the backfield. So it was wide open. He knew it. Pass, catch, complete.
3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Driggers wants to throw, has a man in the end zone. It's Miller. Did he stay inside? They say he did. Miles Miller, touchdown, and all of a sudden the Unicorns are with 1 touchdown as the extra point is to come.
Driggers threw it up about 8 feet high because Miles Miller is 6 feet 5. And he went up high in the back of the end zone, and he must have got his back, one of the feet in just in time before he went out of the back end zone.
So with the extra point to come, and this is a big one, 4:29 left in the game. Cruz puts it up and through. 35-28. The Rangers are going to have to come back out offensively now and make some first downs as there's timeout on the field. Back after this on the Ranger Network.
You know, getting the Smoky Mo's family pack for lunch really makes me feel like you guys are my brothers.
Yeah.
Really, I don't know if it's the 3 meats or the 3 sides, but Mom got all of our favorites.
Hey, there's no eating in this locker room. Smoky Mo's family pack makes us family, which makes me Super Dad. Hey, you boys go mow the lawn, do the laundry, and wash the dishes while you're at it.
Again, thanks to all the sponsors who've helped brought you the Ranger Network, Smoky Mo's, Fisher's Gas, Ferris, Orthodontics, GVTC, Sage Capital, Ferris, Fisher Store, GVTC, Summerhill, Red McCombs, HEB, Summerhill, and Max Roadhouse. All of those, and we're so thankful that they've been able to bring the Ranger Network to you this season. The Rangers now will be in kick return. It's Nutt and Eggleston that are deep. The Unicorns have not kicked deep once tonight. And with 4:29 to go, they'll kick off, and there's a timeout by Smithson Valley.
Ooh.
So with,
were they expecting an onside maybe?
I'm not real sure what they want to do.
Look like it.
The Rangers are going to talk about it. We'll keep it here. 4:29 left in the game. Rangers up 35-28, but the Unicorns have had all kinds of momentum here in the second half. They've scored 3 touchdowns in the second half after the Rangers scored a first one.
Speaking of
so really 21 unanswered points by the Unicorns.
You know, speaking of a lot of points here at Ranger Stadium, we do have a scoring update. San Marcos Rattlers 27 and the Canyon Cougars 9, and that's just beginning. That's in the fourth quarter. At Judson, we got Judson 23. Clemens 27. That's a heck of a ball game. 10 minutes, 55 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
And
the other one,
Steele over East Central.
Yeah, yep. Steele 35, East Central 14 with about 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. That's almost at the end of the game. It looks like Steele's going to pull this one out down there in the south side.
Rangers in total onside kick reception now. Cruz will move the ball to the center of the field. That way you can make it look like you'll go either direction. If you will, the Rangers all-hands team up.
Now he's teeing up on the right hash mark.
Now he's moved it back to the right hash after moving to the middle.
I think he's going to kick this deep and let their defense try to hold him down there and pin the Rangers back. I think you're right. I think they originally wanted an onside kick.
He just kicks it real short, and they were offsides. Yep. The Rangers came up and fell on it because he just tried to do it, an onside kick, the kicker onside kick to himself, as he'll just dribble it and try to chase it down. The Rangers will have the ball on their own, on the Unicorn 48-yard line, because that's where they fielded it. The penalty will be declined as the Rangers have the ball.
And it didn't go 10 yards either. And, and Zoe recovered it at about the 8-yard line, or 8 yards.
So, 4:29, no time worked off the clock. Rangers will have the ball in Unicorn territory. Our line judge doesn't have the ability to throw the ball very far. We just found out as he ran it all the way out to the umpire, basically. And
that's awful.
And there's the 5-yard penalty for being offsides added on to the kick return, if you will, on the kick coverage.
That's right.
So the Rangers first and 10 from the Unicorn 47, 4:29 to go in the game. Rangers up by 1 touchdown.
Offsides.
There's Fortone. We'll have about 4 yards to the 39. I didn't see who was offsides, but, well, I guess they're going to give him 3 yards because the side judge on the Unicorn side said he didn't get that far. So +3 on the run.
Wow. Little John looked like his whole hand was over the ball, and you had one of the Ranger coaches kind of yelling, but then they snapped the ball so quick, and referee didn't throw his flag, but looked like Little John was definitely on offsides there.
So from the 40, it's 2nd down and 7. The Unicorns, who ran at will in the first half, have had more struggles here in the second half. Now Flores in motion will give it to Eggleston up the middle. He'll have a first down run past the 35 to the 31-yard line is where they'll spot him. And again, here's an issue I'm having right now. The line judge on our side of the field is taking him to 31. The side judge on the other side was stopping at the 32 because their coach is in his ear. It's a first down nonetheless at the 31-yard line on a nice run by Greg Eggleston.
Yeah. I think now Smithson Valley is just going to go back to its basic run play. Just make sure you execute. You get a hat on the body, get a pad on the body, and keep driving your legs. And I tell you, I've noticed too, the first half, the offensive line for the Rangers
we're not going to get the playoff in time.
No.
We're going to call a timeout. Coach Hill wants to know why the play clock was down. Well, because they called the timeout. So timeout on the field. We'll keep it here with 3:05 to go. So they'll snap this clock around the 3-minute mark after we come back, or after play comes back.
Yeah.
They're at the 31-yard line of New Braunfels. It's 1st and 10 there. And again, some better surge on the offensive line that time, and they opened up a crease for Eggleston to run through.
Yeah, I think the defensive line for the Unicorns are doing a little bit better job the second half, where the offensive line isn't getting to that second level like they were the first half. And, the lead blockers, whether it be Howell or Fortone, getting to that linebacker, they're still getting there, but those linebackers are not cheated up. So there's less opportunity for those holes that we've been seeing in the first half. So credit the Uniform defense and coaching staff and coaching strategy to change it up a little bit. But you're right, Tony. Now the Rangers got to just dig in within themselves and make it happen. They got to make the plays right here. So we have 1 timeout left for the Rangers and 2 for the Unicorns.
Douglas is wide right. Flores, 2 backs. This is Eggleston coming right, has a block, gets away from a defender, runs to the sideline, didn't really want to go out of bounds, but he's pushed out of bounds near the, they spot him at the 23, so he's about a yard shy, maybe 2 yards shy of a first down on a nice run on first down of about 8 yards.
That looked a little bit like the first half right there, that offensive line getting to the second level, making a crease off the edge, and that time the runner had plenty of real estate to be able to pick and choose this hole. Yeah, that's good for about 8 yards. That's the way to start this drive.
So 2nd down and 2, a lot of options right here. Everybody's in tight except for Eggleston, which is wide right to the near sideline. Gombert hands it off. Fortone straight up the middle, fighting for first down yardage. I think he'll be spotted inside the 21. That'll be a first down for the Rangers. I think the Unicorns called a timeout. They did, but I still think it's first down yardage.
It is close. He gave it to him.
Well, it is a first down. All he had to get was to the 21. So 2 yards by Fortone is a first down. The Unicorns called a timeout. They have 1 left. Both coaches have 1 timeout left.
Well, if you have to kick a field goal, Tony, your win's at your back. For the Rangers, I know they don't want to kick a field goal. I'm just saying,
too many things go wrong.
If it comes to that,
no,
and you have to kick a field goal, you have to win at the back, and you're in almost field goal territory now. So just again, you don't want to have to do that, but if you have to, you have more pluses to want to make that decision than against it.
So from the 21, it's 1st and 10. They'll need to get to the 11 for a first down. 2:54 the time on your 4th quarter clock. The Rangers again have been successful running the ball through much of the night. On this drive, gains of 3, 8, 8, and 2. That's a couple of first downs. They started from the 42-yard line of New Braunfels. So from the 21, it's 1st and 10. Back either side of Gombert. Hands it off to Eggleston again. Tries to go up the middle, but the defense is there. First with Jonathan Umana. And another timeout, I believe, by the Unicorns. It'll be their final timeout.
Yep.
So no gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 10. 2:45 to go in the game. We're going to take this one with them as there's a timeout on the field. The Rangers lead it by 7. We're back after this timeout on the Ranger Network.
Matt, we are excited to hear what you have come up with for the new Sage Capital Bank jingle.
You are going to love it. We think it really embodies Sage Capital Bank. Emotes class, tradition, effort. Well, just give it a listen.
Man, that's really got spirit, but isn't that
awesome?
That's the Smith.
Best song ever.
Well, yes, it is.
Yes, nailed it. Guys, we have got ourselves a jingle. Let's do it again.
Sage Capital Bank is proud to support the Smithson Valley Rangers, and you can bank on that.
Hey, the Rangers up by 7, 35-28. This is an exciting finish to what looked like wasn't going to be a very close game, but the Unicorns said, wait a minute.
That's right.
And the Rangers now need a 1st down. 2nd and 10 with 2:45 to go. The Rangers have 1 timeout. The Unicorns have none left. So 1 more 1st down seals this game. Gombert with Fortone to his right. Now in motion, Eggleston takes the pitch, tries the right corner, gets nowhere. Down at the 21, it'll be no gain again for the 2nd play in a row. It'll be 3rd down, probably even a loss of 1. 3rd down and 11. The game clock at 2.5. The play clock was at 30, so they're right in sync for 30 seconds. So they'll have to snap this play before the 2-minute mark or call a timeout. And from the look of the sideline, they're taking their time putting the play in.
Yep.
Cole comes out, Tietzman goes in. Now the play clock at 10, and I don't think we're going to snap it here as Coach Hill's going over to the line judge. And when it gets to 1, he'll call a timeout. And that's the deal. With 2 minutes to go in the game, the Rangers call their final timeout. I think we should keep it here just because it is time to keep it here. The Rangers out of timeout, the Unicorns out of timeout. Now it's who can make the play here. It's 3rd down and 11. Again, like 3rd and 17 earlier, you don't really have a play that guarantees you that on the ground. So do you dare throw the ball and stop the clock? And, you know, what do you want to do? My thing right now is if you're going to kick a field goal to put this one away, you need to get a little closer in to have a chance because you don't want him kicking it low and getting it blocked. And that means you got to get near 1st down yardage just to be sure of it.
That might have been the strategy on that last play. It's just that the last play got blew up, and so they actually lost the yardage on it. So I think Tony's thinking if we pick up 5 yards, 6 yards, hey, that's an easy field goal now for us. But that's not the case when we're looking at 3rd down and 11. And to your point, I don't think of a running play that's going to pick you up that 12 yards that you're going to need right here. Because you know the defense for the Unicorns are going to be keen on a couple things. Eggleston in the backfield, okay, Fortone in that slot position, coming in motion, or Eggleston coming across on a jet sweep. So, and really Luke Gombert, he hasn't been on point with his passes tonight. So it's going to be a tough call. We'll see what Coach Hill does.
So from the near hash, 2 receivers go wide to the left. Howell is on the slot to the right, 2 backs in the backfield, Fortone and Eggleston. Gombert calls for the snap, gives it to Eggleston, kind of veering left. Now tries to bounce it outside. It's not there as he's chased down by Kelsey. And the Unicorns get a stop. It's 4th down.
We got a flag.
There is a flag on the play.
And that came real late.
Might have been a face mask then. You don't know. Where's our referee?
No, he's looking at Mongold, yeah.
So it's against the Rangers, you would guess. We'll wait for the referee to make the call. Holding against the Rangers. It is declined, so it's 4th down at the 24. So what do the Rangers do? Game clock at 1:53. Do you run another play, try to get a 1st down, try to use some clock? And because it's declined, the play clock starts and the game clock starts.
Yep.
So
they're out of field goal distance. I mean, they're not at a favorable field goal distance.
I think they're going to have to run a play.
You run a play, take 5 yards, and
so about 8 more seconds. So the clock will run. They're going to run the field goal unit in and try to hurry. They don't have time. They ran out of time.
Delay of game on the Rangers.
So it is a delay of game, which will be 5 yards, which make it more than probably a 45, 46-yard field goal try. I can't imagine with 1:28 to go that will. You never know. Gombert is the holder, remember. It's Brooks on one edge. Snapper is Cole. We're going to try a 46-yard field goal with 1:28 to go. Joaquin Rodriguez. Cole's snap is good. Gombert puts it down. The kick will be short. It was a tough snap. Luke didn't field it cleanly. So the ball will be turned over to the Unicorns at the 29-yard line with 1:23 to go and no timeouts.
Well, I hate to say it, but that's a lot of time because we've seen a lot of big plays now for the Unicorn offense, especially when they get the ball into Darrell's hands. So we'll, the secondary's got to be really tight on these receivers.
Senny and Livingston about 10 yards deep as safeties. They'll send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. It's Rice is the setback. Straight drop, pressure. Out to the edge, caught by Johnson, and he gets out of bounds at the 38-yard line, a yard shy of a first down, so a 9-yard gain on first down. Brings up 2nd and 1. Clock stops as he goes out of bounds, 1:19 to go. 10 yards at a time, they'd get there in a hurry.
Yep.
Same play, to the edge. Johnson catches it, first down yardage. He's tackled. Clock will start after they move the chains, but they get right back to the line of scrimmage.
You got to put some pressure on Driggers. He's just back there standing by himself, delivering these passes.
Straight drop.
All the time in the world.
Now he's got a man across the middle. Coverage by Livingston, but a catch is made. That is Dyer. So first down at the 38-yard line on a 20-some yard pass play. Game clock at 58 and rolling. Diggers wants to throw. This is what they do best. Hurry up offense. He's got some time. He's got a man. And they're going to call interference.
Now it looks like, who was that? Jalen Nutt. Nutt just went right over the receiver, which is Johnson.
Yeah.
I thought he was breaking on the ball to undercut the receiver for an interception, but it looks like he came right over Johnson for the interference.
So that'll be up near the Ranger 25-yard line.
Spot foul, first down.
1st and 10, 50 seconds to go in the game. Three left, 1 right of the receivers. Driggers takes the snap. Tries to get rid of it quick. He's got some pressure. He'll be sacked. And they take the ball away. That's Trey Moore. He's got the ball. He's going to go the distance. And the Rangers escape the threat by the Unicorns on the sack strip. The strip sack by Trey Moore. I don't see a flag. I don't see a whistle. I don't see anybody stopping the play. The field judge over here on the near sideline is waving his hands. Where's our referee?
There's a flag.
There is a flag.
But you know what? He's not indicated touchdown yet. Hang on.
You can't. Nobody stopped this with a whistle.
No. Driggers was being harassed in the backfield, and in the grasp, Richard just basically ripped the ball away.
Trey Moore,
excuse me. Ripped the ball away and ran 60 yards for a touchdown, 70 yards for a touchdown.
I don't know why he needs to go to the sideline to talk about something.
Well, they want to say he was he was wrapped up. The play should
There was no whistles, though.
No whistle.
We heard as well as anybody because we were all waiting for the call, for the whistles.
The referee threw his bean back.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Rangers. That'll be assessed on the kickoff.
Yeah. Hey, the referee threw his bag, meaning it was a legit fumble.
Right. So.
Wow. Wow.
We'll take that penalty because the Ranger touchdown makes it 41-28 and the extra point to come. Right now, they just need to get this extra point, and this game will be over with 35 seconds to go. Chandler Cole, the snapper. Gombert takes it, puts it down. Rodriguez' kick is good. It is 42-28, and the Rangers just escape what was a dangerous situation inside the 30-yard line. In fact, almost in the red zone as Driggers was trying to make an extra play, but we saw pressure coming from the start of the play. They had him sacked before he went down, though. Trey Moore reaches in, takes the ball, and runs some 75 yards for a touchdown.
Well, you know, at the beginning of the football game, I said defense was going to make the difference, and I thought that the Ranger defense was going to be the difference, and sure enough, it came down with 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The defense made the play.
You know, we've been around the Rangers now for half a dozen years doing these games. I can't think of a more appropriate cardiac type of situation that we've seen. We've seen a lot of them. I mean, this Ranger program has been an elite program for a long time, but the last several years has been some cardiac situations.
Yeah.
That avoided a cardiac because if they keep moving the ball, you think they're going to tie it is what you're thinking.
I'll tell you what, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking these guys are going to go march down right on the score.
And then you got to worry about a 2-point play to win the game.
Exactly. And do the RP oh, man, don't even think about it. Well, we don't have to think about it. Thanks to Trey Moore running 75 yards for a touchdown, right?
Jackson Senni comes out for kick coverage as we weren't full. Rodriguez will kick it off from his own 25 after the unsportsmanlike penalty takes it back 15 yards. My guess is it's a dribbler that's fielded at the 38-yard line. And on the loose, the returner gets into Ranger territory. Chalico.
Number 80, Joseph
Chalico, that's what I meant to say.
Tackled by number 11, Blake Bowman, and number 7, Mason Livingston.
Well, Bowman and Livingston bring him down. The ball belongs to the Unicorns. I think they're spotting it at about the 42. But with 28 seconds to go, 2 touchdowns is not very likely.
No.
First and 10 for 42.
Wow.
Driggers will send 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left.
Yes.
1 lone setback with him. Defense should just play safe now.
Yep.
He wants everybody runs fly patterns. And then coming back for it on this corner is an incomplete pass intended for Thompson. So with 24 seconds to go in the game, they'll have 2nd and 10.
Second down and 10 from the 42.
Well, that's why we love high school football, Tony. It goes back and forth, and you just never know. You know, you drew up on the defense to put pressure on Driggers, and that's what they did. But in the back of your mind, you thought they'll never get a fumble strip and run 75 yards for a touchdown out of it. But by gosh, you'll take it. That's the craziness of high school football.
Driggers throws it out to his back, and it's incomplete, intended for Seidel.
Yeah.
Driggers passing complete.
Now you're just forcing it, and they're not in that rhythm mode.
Third down.
The Unicorn offense is off rhythm, and you can see 2 drop passes already.
Yeah. Well, you don't have your heart into it as much as you did because you know it's impossible.
Yeah.
"21 seconds to go. 3rd and 10 from the 42. Driggers lets it go long, intended for Thompson. Betsy on coverage will have another interception.
Yeah, under threat.
Cullen Betsy gets his 5th interception of the season, and that'll put a bow on it, and the Rangers will win it 42-28. Good coverage that time as he was chasing down Thompson and just got the inside pattern or inside position and just came up with the ball that was coming in. And from I think it's the 10-yard line, the Rangers will just have to take a knee 1 time, and that'll be it.
Yep. Well, a really great win for the program, for the Ranger program, and they played really well. And they played against a good team that we said on the outset has offensive potential for a lot of scoring. And they did.
And they did. And they did.
And they did.
Good.
Made a real exciting game.
Goodness. Guess out of the shotgun we'll take a knee. Still haven't ever figured that one out myself personally, but that is it. The Rangers take a knee and the clock will run out. The Rangers will win it 42-28 as the two teams will meet out at center of the field to shake hands and such. And the Rangers pull off the win. 42-28. We'll have a brief postgame show after this timeout on the Ranger Network.
Summerhill Dental, how may I help you? Let me get someone who can help you. There's a phone call for cleaning on line 2.
I'll get Melanie on the phone. Line 2 for you.
Thank you. Hi, this is Melanie. Yes, we do deep cleanings and mouth guards. Of course we do implants. We actually make them here in-house. I can get Dr. Bayless to talk to you about it. Don't forget to point your toe.
Thank you. Summerhill Dental, we are your Smithson Valley.
Matt, we are excited to hear what you have come up with for the new Sage Capital Bank jingle.
You are going to love it. We think it really embodies Sage Capital Bank. Emotes class, tradition, effort. Well, just give it a listen.
Man, that's really got spirit, but isn't that
awesome?
That's the Smith.
Best song ever.
Well, yes, it is.
Yes, nailed it. Guys, we have got ourselves a jingle. Let's do it again.
Sage Capital Bank is proud to support the Smithson Valley Rangers, and you can bank on that.
Game of the year, senior night, sponsor night. The Rangers win it 42-28, but not without a scare. The scare alleviated by a strip sack by Trey Moore, who ran it 75 yards for the clinching touchdown, 42-28, because the Unicorns were marching to try to tie it and maybe win it. In any event, what are the other finals in the league tonight, Jeff?
26-6A, excuse me. We do have a final with the Steel Knights 35, East Central Hornets 20. We have a doozer down there at Clemens. We have the Judson Rockets 30. Well, excuse me, the Clemens Buffaloes 34, Judson 30 with a little over 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Yeah. So number 21's beating number 17 to State. And, of course, we have San Marcos 27.
Cougars are
Canyon
not going to
9.
get a win. So,
almost there.
So let me just final thoughts, Jeff?
No, it's a great game to end here, the district play at Ranger Stadium. You always want the Rangers to win. I'll tell you what, there was a lot of excitement this game. And, it's kind of fitting, I guess, on senior night, last home game, that we'd have a game like this that came down to the wire. I love it. That's part of high school football. That's why we love it.
It is. It's why we play the game, is for competition, and this couldn't have been much better tonight, especially for the Rangers. You feel sorry for the Unicorns going home without a win because they dearly wanted it, and they played good enough in the second half to get it, but they didn't. So for everyone at Wick Productions, this is Tony Brubaker saying so long for Jeff Gandy and telling you for one final time, but the playoffs will happen next week, but I won't be with it. Jeff will have a partner in that game, and we'll bring it to you here on the Ranger Network. So until then, again, this is Tony Brubaker saying good night and God bless. The Rangers win it 42-28.